Hello, everybody. This is Dan, aka Containment WF, aka Page Wizard, aka Blog. Anyways, so I thought I would do a little bit of a surprise New Year's Eve slash surprise hangout thingamajigger. But anyways, mainly just because I don't have a whole lot to do New Year's Eve this year. So keeping that in mind, I just want to maybe have a little bit of fun just for a bit here. So what is this about? Well, feel free to throw in questions if you want to join in on the hangout. Uh, if I know you, I'll be more than happy to throw you into here. Ah! I gotta close all the other tabs with me in them. Ah! There we go. I think we're good now. Wow. Yeah. So I just had a whole bunch of YouTube video tabs open. They all started up. So, anyways, I thought before I maybe do another video, I thought I would just maybe keep in touch with everybody just to see where I'm at and what's going on. So, in particular, tell you a little bit about how things are going. Now, things are going all right for the most part. Hopefully, people are having fun with the game. I've been trying diligently for making sure to get all the fatal bugs kinked out. At least the ones that report to me. I can't really take ones that aren't reported to me because I don't know if they're actual ones or not. But anyways, the key thing is, so far everything's going good. I'm excited that everybody's having fun with Mega Man Eternal, and for the most part, I'm just good and happy that that people are enjoying it. I know I had fun making it. Took a long time, somewhere between all my jobs and all that stuff. But for the most part, I'm excited that everybody hopefully is having a good holidays. I hope that you had a good Christmas. This year was my first Christmas away entirely from family, so it was a whole new thing for me. In particular, it was just me and my girlfriend. We're just hanging out in my apartment, well, our apartment. Uh, so we're enjoying some good times, watching a whole bunch of things. In particular, one show I do love to death is on PBS. It's called Secrets of the Dead. I enjoy that show like crazy. Let's just say I've watched almost every episode of that show that's online, probably at least 3 to 4 times at minimum. So keeping that in mind, is I enjoy a good documentary. But anyways, back on topic here. So well, the reason why I also want to come on is well, so people like my subscribers can hang out here, ask questions. So remember, if you want to join in, I think there should be an icon that allow you to join in on the Hangout, and then you can pose questions in the question module, and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. So keeping that in mind, aside from that, the much awaited program I'm starting next week is starting up. So I'm all excited about that, but at the same time, it's going to be different. So hopefully, it's a good kind of different. If you don't know, and I've said this numerous times on this channel, is that I'm starting my PhD in January. So keeping that in mind, that's really what I'm up to. Once I start then, but it doesn't mean that content isn't going to stop on this channel. Actually, I have content planned for until about April at least. So note, I will be having a playthrough of the game going. I already have part 1 up, and you're gonna find that my goal is to have a part up on every Saturday, right at midnight. In fact, I think I already have the first couple already up. Aside from that, but yeah. So just keeping that in mind, just keep an eye out. So every Saturday you should expect another part of my playthrough. So it should give you hopefully some tips to enjoy the game and maybe get some fun little things that may take a little longer to get if you didn't have initial tips or talk to the right people. So keeping that in mind, just if anything comes up and you need some serious help with like any like major bug issues, go to the Mega Man Eternal forums. Let me just pump it on the where's my drawing tool? Okay, I want a sample text. We want that. Sample text. Yes, sample text. That's all it is. Yes. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Well, yeah, we're fine. Yeah, so you'd want to go to mme.pagewizardgames.com. If you just go to the forums link, it's right below the major navigation buttons there. If you just go there, there is a section there for reporting fatal bugs. Now, keep in mind, the more information you provide is the better, and I usually have this information relayed to me, so it goes through a filter to get to me. So keeping that in mind, just if you do run into anything significant, do take a screenshot or a video of it. That's the only way I can verify anything about it. So because keep in mind, I am a bit of a skeptic, so I need to know whether it's something real or not, because I do know there exist people that just want to throw everything out in the whist of the wind, if you get what I'm saying. They just want to make things up, so it wastes my time. I'm not looking at any particular group, nor do I want to acknowledge them. But keeping that in mind, just if that happens, just go to the forums on Magman Eternal. Be more than happy to hopefully help you out with that. So keeping that in mind, hopefully you're enjoying the game. But yeah, the playthrough should be running for quite a while. So I'll be having one part up for each level, and then after that, some extra videos. So at least that's the plan I have set out. Yeah, so on this Saturday, so on the 3rd, you'll be expecting Illusion Man's level. And I do a pretty good run of that stage. Darn right yet. I did a no-hit run of Illusion Man's level, with the exception of Illusion Man himself. I got dinged a few times on him. But yeah. So keeping that in mind, just look out for that on Saturday. Apologize, I just have a little bit of a cough. I'm listening to some REM. Let's see, I just gotta share. Somebody asked me on Google, not Google, Facebook, if they can, what's going on. So, sorry there, I was just on Facebook responding. I'm having too much fun, but yeah. Hopefully everybody's having a good holiday, but yeah, for keeping that in mind, yeah, so if you probably haven't noticed, there have been quite a few versions that have come out of Magman Eternal since the first release. So if you ever want to keep an eye out for that, you just go to the downloads page on the Magman Eternal website, and it'll tell you actually which bug fixes I made. I think I only made like 2 like minor little things aside from that aren't listed there. But they're like so insignificant you'd probably never notice them. So that being said, actually the most recent version actually refined something in Wily Stronghold 2. So keeping that in mind, just feel free to download the latest version. Actually, some people were having some trouble actually getting their versions converted from one to another. Maybe what I'll do, depending on how things are going, I may... Facebook is distracting me. I have my party hat on. So lovely. So lovely. I guess I should also look here. Just want to make sure. I guess since we don't have any questions, actually, one thing I wanted to do was show how to update your version to Magman Eternal if anybody wants to see that. I'll show you. Here, let me just show you. Sorry about that. So let's see here. Let me go to screen share here. Let me just pull that up. Okay. Just gotta get all my windows in order. I got tons of things going on. So let me just get the screen share on. And let's see, let's turn on screen share. Okay. Now I apologize for it being a little tiny on the font there. Okay, so you'll see right now that we're looking at my game projects folder. But say if we're like MME, this is the current version I have. Now, suppose I needed to update from one version to another. There's 3 fundamental files involving storage of your stuff. The first one's archive, the second one is control, and the third one is load. Control, if you were to double click on it, I can tell you just a few things about what's actually in here. So if you're wondering, this stores all your custom controls and some of the default settings. So keeping that in mind, if you ever want to have those set back to default, you just go into the game and then you go to options and you just set back to default. So if you don't do that, so keep in mind, you typically don't need the touch control.ini. The two that you'd probably be interested in making sure that you keep between versions, or if you want, you can always copy this one too. So if you want to preserve your custom controls, you would copy. So you can always right click and go copy, or you can go Control C. And then what you could do is go to the folder that may be of interest to you. Say, I don't know, let's take a look at, like for example, if I had my, like this is for my playthrough video, all I do is paste it into the folder that has the current version. So I would just paste it in here, and then when I run the game, it should work just fine, and you'll be able to run it without any issues. And that's all you have to do to go between versions in this this newest version. So believe it or not, that's all you have to do as I instruct on the downloads page. So keeping that in mind, just if you have any more questions about that, just feel free to bug me, and I'll be more than happy to help you out with it. One thing that, one thing I've done for a long time is helping people with these kind of things. I used to teach a university course that did a lot of that kind of stuff, so it's totally understandable. So keeping that in mind, if anybody has any questions, just throw them into the question module. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Just having fun with my eyebrows here today. Today I finally got to do a little bit more research. It's been a while, actually. Well, technically it's been on and off since even the release. It's been on and off the whole time, seeing as I got a publication out there back in November. So, but I've been working on something, and hopefully it's that over there. And yes, if you're wondering, that is a cubic graph over there, if you know about those suckers. But yeah, I won't tell you much about that. I can't tell you too much about it. It's secret. So keeping that in mind, just just make sure. But yeah, that's something I'm hoping will be actually correct, which should be the case. I'm just about done the proof. Involves an algorithm that an algorithmic result that's kind of interesting. Let's see here. So I'm just going to remind everybody, so if you do have any questions, just come join in the Hangout and just join in by posing your questions in the question module. And I'll happily look at those. Let me see here. Oh, wait, there's some here already. Let's see here. Just making sure here that I'm not missing anything. Just because sometimes some people comment on the video and not on the in the Q&A module. And I just want to make sure I get everybody, because last thing I want is a question that's just sitting there and it's not getting any attention, which kind of sucks balls. Let me just take a look here. Just want to make sure. Now just I keep forgetting that it's gonna do that. There we go. Let's head back. Let's see here. But anyways, back to what I was telling you about. So I was going to tell you a little bit more about what's going to be going on the channel for a bit here. So I already told you that there's going to be a playthrough that's going to be running through for the next while. So if you're wondering, every time my goal is to have a part for the creators playthrough, one per week on Saturdays. So the first one's already out. You can check it out on my channel. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe. I hope to have more content that's going to keep coming around. Because honestly, it's between my master's thesis and now the content has been very kind of unsteady, and I want to get a better control over this channel, in particular about content. And that's one thing I want to stabilize a little better, is at least have some scheduled kind of content. Sorry, I'm running out of air. I've kind of been coughing up a little bit lately. So hopefully I'll be feeling better soon. I don't know what exactly is up, but that's not a big deal. I'm just having my water. But yeah, so the playthrough should be running every Saturday, and it should run for quite a while. Because keep in mind, there are about 18 stages in the game. Actually, there is 18 stages in the game. And then I'll have some extra videos on top of that. So it's about 18 weeks. So at least. So keeping that in mind, it will be it'll be something that'll be steady on this channel. And at the same time, I want to try to get some more hour one episodes in, because they have been getting progressively better over time, and I want to do more of those. Bring some more guests on, particularly like Tor. My friend Megman_D, he's fun to hang out with. Who knows, maybe he might show up. I don't know. But keeping that in mind, I'm more than happy to have other guests on here too. So if you're ever interested in coming on, like for an hour one episode, just let me know and I'll be interested. Typically, I'm interested in people that either they may have something interesting to talk about, or that maybe are fans that maybe want to talk about a specific topic, or they're subscribers for a long time and they just want to have fun hanging out with me. I'm more than happy to do that. But my hour one episodes tend to vacillate from very serious topics to very goofy ones. So it's really a mixed bag, and it tends to be pretty fun. But yeah, the last episode was pretty fun. So if you haven't checked out any of the hour one episodes I've been doing here, if you're wondering, it's a show where it's an open Q&A, and I talk about different topics. Sometimes I have guests on. Typically it's Tor. and it's a good time. But yeah, the latest episode was pretty good. I try to put a little bit more structure into the show, and I want to do that in the future. So it should be a lot more fun. The other thing is I want to make sure that I plan it in advance so more people can show up. But yeah, if anybody has any like suggested times for the show to be on, for you at least, like for me, it would be about averaging sometime between what evening is in some places and daytime in other places. Oh, what's up there? Here, let me just see here. I gotta add Megan_D. There. I gotta add him. Okay. Let's see. I just gotta invite Megaman_D to the Hangout. So hopefully we'll have somebody else hanging out here too. So sometimes when I'm in a giddy mood, I just can't. Sometimes I get in this mood where I just like act like. Oh, are you there? Let's see here. Let's see. Megan_D, are you there? Marcus! I swear, are you there? Let me see here. Okay. Let's see. Are you there, Marcus? Let's see here. Just trying to get Megan_D in this sucker. Let's see here. Okay, so apparently we're having a little bit of a hiccup, so hopefully we'll figure that out soon enough. But while we're figuring that out, let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Here I am. I can't do that. Okay, let's see here. Where are you, Marcus? Because I can't leave this one because it's right now online streaming. Do you want me to just shoot you another invite? Let me just try that. Here, I'm gonna shoot him another invite. Let's see here. Try that. Marcus! As I'm dying. As I die, I'm just... Come to life, Marcus! Oh. Are you there? Try that.
Hello, Internet! This is Mega Man D. What's going on, Daniel?
I see you now. Excellent. As I'm dying. I'm doing good. How are you?
I am peachy. I was going to join earlier, but I didn't want to just get on eating like ribs.
Come to life, Marcus.
So I didn't want to be like doing this.
No, that's all right. That's no concern whatsoever. I can hear you have a tab of the thing going on in another one.
I am peachy. I was going to join earlier, but I get on eating like ribs.
Come to life,
Oh my.
Oh my. But no, how's your New Year's Eve going there?
Wow, it's like going tunnel. It's like sounding like the Von Trapp family.
Yeah, but yeah, how's your New Year's Eve going so far?
So far so good. It's getting better as it progresses. I'm
Yeah.
starting to miss 2014 just a smidge.
Yeah, I think I always hate with every new year. You always have to just like I find I always have to write down the year like 5 times before especially when I'm writing down records of things. I always pooch it up.
Yes, that is.
but no, you need your party hat too. Get your party
Wow,
hat on.
good idea.
Get your party hat on.
Okay, let's see. Where is it? Effects. It's effects, right?
Yeah, it's under effects.
Cool, cool, cool.
My bottle can go have a hat too. There you go. I find one thing you can always do with this thing is just you can
Holy
always
crap!
block it.
You might want to put on some headphones because this is going to keep echoing our conversation.
Yeah, that's no problem. I can do that. Headphones. See, this is what happens when I use my better microphone. There we go. Let's get this on. Now I got headphones and a hat.
Welcome to the club.
Is that better? Is that better now?
Come on, conversation. You
But
sure
yeah.
can, buddy.
But yo, is there any more echo on your end?
Yeah. Better.
Okay, it's better now.
Yeah.
I can hear from here. It's just like it's like I'm whispering in your ear, except it keeps going and going and going.
Oh my goodness.
Marcus, I have a secret for you. Oh my. Oh my. But anyways, do you
Okay.
have any? Do you have any New Year's resolutions for
Ooh.
2015?
My New Year's resolution is basically not to have one.
Oh, that's good.
Oh wow.
But no, let me think of mine. Yeah, I don't really. I do have like because I don't really necessarily have resolutions, but I do have goals. Although that's kind of the same thing. uh,
I do. When basically when we get this house, I want to make it the best place to live. You know.
mhm. Yeah, gotta make it rockin'.
So, make sure I treat my fellow man better. Even though I am a good person, I would like to think that.
Yeah, exactly. At least you're not Hitler like I am, according to some people. The static sprite is not right. At least you got that on your side.
That's amazing.
But no, for me, my goal is, well, because I start my new school next week. My goal is, because last year I got out one peer-reviewed article. My goal is to get at least 2 out, if I can, of course, because you can't really tell with sciencey things. You can't really tell if you're going to get a result or you're not going to get a result. But it's kind of at least a realistic goal, considering it's in 2013 I had 2.
So you try to get more teaching hours, more students to interact with and stuff, basically.
Well, actually, what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually be doing less teaching, so that I focus more on research. Although I love teaching, like, it's just because I need to specialize more. As you probably could tell, I just love teaching. I just went like totally bug-eyed there. I love teaching. But yeah, I do love teaching. It's just because of the nature of my kind of work, I need more time worth research stuff to establish myself.
You might want to turn down your computer. Maybe that'll help. But you could probably hear me at the same time, right?
Oh, I can hear you perfectly. Let me just, let's see if this helps at all. Maybe I need to just reduce my mic volume. That might be the case of that. Let me see if I can find it.
Are you talking right now? You sound like you're talking over.
Let's see, test. This is a test.
Okay. Okay. Test.
Test. Test. Test. But no, do you have any like additional tabs of the Hangout open? Because that could cause the echo too.
Maybe I'm gonna hang up and then you just give me a call back and see if the latency goes.
Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. Escape while you can. While we wait for Marcus to come back, I just need to. I guess what was the other thing I was going to tell you about? I had something to talk about the channel. So yeah, so more episodes of Hour 1. That's Megman_D, or Marcus, as I like to call him. He might appear more in Hour 1 episodes. He's a lot of fun. Oh my, when Tor, him and I get in one place, we just have too much fun. So hopefully you enjoy that, maybe. I bet some people are also wondering a bit about the sequel, Megman Eternal. So keeping that in mind, I guess I should tell you a little bit about that and where that's going. So, let me see here. Just trying to find some images that I can use to show. Yeah, there we go. Let's see here. I'm just gonna screen share. So I bet you're wondering what exactly like the Game Boy filtering will look like. So I already implemented the filtering aspect, and I just have to incorporate it into an engine. So at the current time, I'm thinking of using Leica's engine and then using it to mold the Game Boy engine. Let's see here. Just gotta. Let's see here. Let's try that. Okay, let's see here. Anyways, I'll go with that. So let me just find that. See the right tab. Okay. So this is sort of a sample here. Just got some test images here. Can't tell you a whole lot about them. But so this is the basic grayscale. and I've incorporated a lot of common palettes that you find for Game Boy. So you'll notice that. So these are all filterings on the base set colors. So all these ones are ones that become either available at the start or ones you would unlock. One of which I have planned is where you can customize the color theme. So you'll notice it's one solid color as opposed to the Super Game Boy. I wanted to do that, but I had to make a trade-off. It was either I do that, get that, but then I can't use NSF music, which I plan to use. But I think the music is the core thing, so I'm keeping with the music aspect and not so much with the shaders, because I was going to be using shaders to pull off my filtering effects, but I can't do that. So I have to keep with my version I'm currently using, the same one I used for Mega Man Eternal, but I'm using a new engine that is more accurate, per se, to the traditional games. Because I wanted to do my own thing. That's a lot of people seem to miss that. It's my own thing with the fun, nostalgic quirks of the NES games. It's something to remind me of my childhood because it's fun. The quirks of the weird things that happen in games like that. It's fun. And I think some people forget how games used to be. They sometimes had weird quirks of them, and also doesn't help that I love Mega Man 5 and don't like Mega Man 2. I know some people would hang me for saying such a thing, which is kind of insane. But go for it. So keeping that in mind, so keeping that in mind, I know a lot of people don't like Mega Man 5 for some odd reason. Just because they really have the blinkers off when it comes to older games, because they don't see something a little bit better refined. But that's just my opinion on it. So keeping that in mind, yeah. So there's just a lot of things that are unpopular that are involved in my engine, and I want to do some new things. And some people just don't like change, and that's kind of a hard fact of life. So yeah. Mega Man Eternal 2, on the other hand, I intended to be something a little more accurate. So appeasing the haters, but without actually appeasing them, because it was my own idea in the start. So it'll be a little bit more accurate, but not exactly accurate, because I still have to refine the engine, but I want to do my own thing still. So it'll be closer. Let me just get Marcus back in here. Just gotta save Marcus. Let's get that back. There we go. Shot an invite. But yeah, so keep in mind, if you are watching, if you can get to the Q&A module, I'm loving this with my hands here. Yeah. If you get so keeping that in mind, it'll be a little more accurate. Marcus, are you there? Marcus. Ah, there you are. You're there.
Okay, I figured out the issue. I'm on the live talk, so what I'm going to do is close the YouTube video, and now I can talk to you without no blatant echo issues, you know?
Yeah, I'm not that loud, or if it's like.
No, it's like I have the YouTube video on right here, and then on top of that, I think I joined the call on my other laptop right here, and it kind of just jumbled it up to the point where we're sounding like we're in a cavern, basically.
Yeah.
So now all is well in the world.
Yes, everything is fine, because now Marcus doesn't suffer the echo. That's all that matters.
But I was listening to your broadcast, and you was stating that people was hating on you for not liking Mega Man 2. You like Mega Man 5.
Yeah, I like 5.
Yeah, that's legit. Like, who doesn't like Mega Man 5? It's got Proto Man, and it's more of Proto Man, and it's good story. And this time, Dr. Light is in peril.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
not all the time that you got to save your creator in that game. And on top of that, it brought new elements to the Mega Man sprite or the Mega Man gameplay, which is you can swap him out. Rush Coil got a rehash where instead of on top, it's like underneath, and it's actually more accurate to do the jumps. I could instead of Rush Coil, they should call it Rush Elevator.
Yeah. But yeah, I love 5 just because it took 4, made it a little better, more refined. But I don't know. I like 4 to 6 a lot more than the first 3, but 3 is really good still. Like, can't take anything away from 3. 2 is still good game, but I wouldn't call it like the greatest thing since sliced bread. Just because it does a lot of things that. And it doesn't help that the same people are saying that I make really unfair levels, yet Mega Man 2 does way more low blow shots than I do.
Right, because it's all about memorization, level memorization. I can literally beat Mega Man 2 blindfolded now, but take it as you may, that the game is over 30 years old. Within 30 years, I'm sure that anybody can get it if they kept playing the same game over and over again.
Yeah,
you can't
exactly.
It's not like, oh, Mega Man 2 is so easy. Well, how long you been playing it, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, come on, give me a break. Yeah, they couldn't cut you no break. They just basically just want to argue and match, and that's kind of tiring.
Exactly.
That's like, good grief, save your hot air from blowing up balloons, dude. Just can't.
Yeah. Marcus, you're forgetting your hat. You need your hat on.
Oh yeah, I'm forgetting my hat. Oh, I'm sorry. I left my hat at the door. Let's see. Hold your horse. Okay. Dum-da-da-dum. Oh, jeez. It has to do this all the time? Okay, here we go. It says downloading Google Effects. Oh, I had it on. There it is.
There you go. There you go. You're joining the party here.
Oh yeah, party over here.
Yeah. What time is it there for the sake of the viewers?
Okay, it is 8:22 Pacific time. I'm in California, and that's where most YouTubers live. It's not like I can go next door and see Eagle Raptor, and no, I live in San Diego, and it's absolutely cold here all of a sudden. It's like it's stupid cold for no reason. You know how I used to brag on how much I'm wearing shorts in the wintertime, and it's nice and warm, and the sun all around, and now somebody sent the cold front from the flatlands and up north. Matter of fact, you sent this as cold.
Yeah.
You sent this from Canada. You sent it from Canada.
Blame Canada. That's the easiest thing to do, because most of the time it is the case.
Yes, I'm blaming Canada for this one, because this one is no es bueno.
Yeah.
No good.
It's actually really funny, like, because I'm so used to Winnipeg weather that it's like, because it's quite cold there. Like, I think if I recall correctly, I could be wrong on this, but I think it was -30 there, degrees Celsius. And that's kind of normal in Winnipeg. -45 is usually cold. Like a cold day there is -45 degrees Celsius.
Oh yeah, but it's all in the wind chill, dude. It's like if it blows hard, you're freezing your pants off.
It's usually like it's usually the coldest I have had. Like the coldest was last winter was like -32 and then -45 with the wind chill, which is still it's like cold was stacked on more cold.
That is no good.
But yeah, I'm getting totally used to the fact that I'm not in Winnipeg anymore, and it's so much more mild here. There's no snow on the ground.
You're in Ontario, right?
Here? Yeah, I'm in Ontario now. but I'm in Southern Ontario, so closer to Toronto area. So, like, I'm not in
cool.
Toronto, but I'm in one of the cities near there.
Go Maple Leafs. But yeah, dude.
It's so mild around here. I'm so unused to it. I'm not used to the concept that squirrels don't hibernate, and squirrels are out all year round. I'm not used to that concept.
Squirrels are some tenacious little beasts, I tell you. Man, I thought actually the Texas squirrel is a ferocious animal. Do not get between a squirrel and its almond.
It's 5 feet tall and
Yeah,
has bloodthirsty teeth.
Yes, yes. Even though they travel in packs. Yes, they do.
Wow.
Yes.
It's like, why haven't they ruled over mankind yet?
Well, you'd be surprised. They just can't get over the car. The car is their weakness, you know, just like any other
People
animal.
just run them over and think they're deer every time.
Pretty much. It's a pretty small deer, dude.
Yeah.
That is quite a small deer, man.
All I'm gonna say is the military have the 5 feet tall squirrels under control down there. I swear.
If they did, they wouldn't tell us about it. They'll break them out when we have some state of emergency action going.
Yeah. So we've trained all the 5 foot tall squirrels to murder all our enemies.
Talk about initiate
America.
initiate Operation Sandy. Operation Sandy? Yes. Kung Fu squirrels. Do it. And they dispatch the squirrel, and next thing you know, they're driving vehicles, and they have tiny hats. I'm sure somebody will animate that, but shoot, I would totally watch it.
I would.
Invasion of the ground squirrel.
The ground squirrel. Related to the giant ground sloth.
Oh man. Well, not so much the sloth. If the sloth moved any faster than it did, it would be a dangerous animal. Because
imagine if somebody took sloths and like sharpened their claws.
You
more
know,
than they are, and they actually moved around and actually did things that are a little bit more violent.
I saw a sloth in the zoo like a long time ago, but the dexterity on a sloth is amazing. But they move so slow. Imagine if they moved just a little faster, just enough to pose a threat to its enemies. It'll be quite an awesome feat. They'll be the ninjas of the animal kingdom.
It'd be like little
really
blades they're holding there, like with their claws. It'd be like,
I'm serious. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sloth would be like the ninja. It'll be the Bakuryu of Animal Kingdom. it'll be the what's a famous ninja that's like not a cartoon.
Not a cartoon or a movie ninja.
Yeah.
A movie ninja. It's because that's an official title. A movie ninja.
A movie ninja. Yeah, anime can be exaggerated.
I want my movie ninjas with my popcorn.
Oh man, I'd take my movie ninjas with wine. Just give me a nice ninja movie that's pretty awesome. Shoot, I'll watch Michael Dudikoff do his thing. American Ninja movies, 1 through 4. Was he in 4? Nah, he'll be in 4. He's just American Ninja.
I'll make him be in 4.
But I would totally be afraid of the tree sloth if it was faster. He'll be a source of nightmares. Can you even imagine? Just like tree sloths just hanging out. It sees somebody posing a threat on it because they're herbivores, so it's not like they seek blood. So let's say
and they seek blood. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Just say
Yes.
Oh, not yet. Yeah, but I'm thinking the tree sloth was more of a tenacious killer, it would. Its mouths are so small, so it can't be unless it preys on small mammals like rats. What lives around a sloth, really? Like, where are they from? South America?
Trying to remember here, because there's a bunch of different kinds of sloths. Yeah, it would be South America, if I remember correctly, because seeing as their larger relatives are from South America.
Then that means they'll be fighting against, well, everything in South America, like Australia, is out to kill you. So, yeah, if you go to Australia, everything in their backyard can kill them instantly, if not within days, the same week. Oh, yeah, Australia. No wonder they so, my friends will call them gangsta. The Aussies are gangsta.
Yeah.
You got street cred too, Dan.
Oh, let's see. Oh, I found this page. It's 10 things you didn't know about sloths.
Oh man, put them on, lay them on me.
So, let's see. Number 1, it says sloths are entirely American, right? Most of them are, but oldest fossil sloth dating to the Eocene is from Seymour Island, Antarctica. This at least suggests that sloths and other types of sloths were originally common to both South America and Antarctica, though right now we can't say more than that.
So they said that the sloth was around when the dinosaur. Oh yeah.
Well, they weren't around the dinosaur, they were after the dinosaurs, but their ancestors, the ground sloths, they were primarily in South America. But their ancestors before those are from Antarctica.
Like you didn't learn anything from the movie Ice Age. John Leguizamo had that role. He had it set. Okay, what's the other ones?
Okay, let's see. Number 2. Sloths only invaded North America once the Panamanian land bridge formed about 2.5 million years ago. Oh, really? Well, it seems that some sloths did get to North America this way. Hardly ever mentioned is the fact that 2 sloths, and it gets 2 different species of sloths, appeared in North America before the land bridge formed. Presumably, they swam and island hopped to North America. Apparently, they weren't the only tetrapods that did this, given recent evidence indicating that another type of them also colonized North America, colonized North America prior to the formation of the land bridge.
Oh, okay, yeah, the Bering Strait. They crossed the ice bridge of the Bering Strait.
Yeah, there were 2 major land bridges. There was the Bering Strait one, and then there was the Panamanian Bridge. So the Panamanian Bridge is where, like, we have the Panama Canal. Mm-hmm. Well, before there actually was a land bridge there as well. Except that one was not an ice land bridge. It was actually one formed, and then they shifted by tectonics. So a whole bunch of animals went across this bridge to North America with better insights of getting to certain animals.
That's pretty cool.
The larger sloths went that way, but apparently some smaller ones did swim.
Yeah, they're great swimmers.
Island to island.
They're awesome swimmers. Matter of fact, they swim faster than they do crawling or climbing. The facade of the sloth being terribly slow. It's not really the case with them swimming. They're actually great swimmers, and they eat seaweed, and what else? Yeah, they eat all types of plant life. So the sloth is quite a trooper. He will definitely hang around for a while. As slow as he may be, he is faster than the slowest thing.
What, number 3?
Yes, go for it.
Number 3. The sloths that got into North America didn't necessarily idle around Mexico or the southern states, though some did. Some Pliocene sloths occurred north of the Arctic Circle. So there was a species of sloth ancestors, often called Jefferson sloth, is known to have occurred as far north as Alaska and the Northwest Territories. At this time, the climate was a few degrees warmer than it is today, but even if it would have been cool, even so, it would have been cool. Either way, it's pretty much saying it was a little warmer, but it wasn't that warmer. Sloths have therefore not been restricted to tropical or temperate climates for the whole of their history. Incidentally, wouldn't it be neat if they'd actually managed to cross the Bering land bridge at some stage? So that's the same one you're talking about. But no, that was just them asking a question about it. But yeah, they're basically saying that the larger sloths, some of them even got even further north.
So they went to Antarctica. And they endured the cold climates that is there.
Yeah, well, keep in mind that like way back when, Antarctica wasn't just a giant ice chunk. It was actually like land.
Yes, it was actually green. It was lush.
Yeah, it was green. Yeah.
Like Greenland. I mean, not Iceland. Iceland is very beautiful.
Oh,
very
yeah.
Beautiful. So I would imagine some parts of Antarctica may have some type of vegetation, but considering that, watching National Geographic and all those movies is documentaries saying that Antarctica is a cold, barren wasteland of nothingness and only polar bears and penguins live there. It's kind of little to the imagination. I can't just think of a sloth ever living there at one point. So
yeah, the climate's so much different now than it was back then.
Considering that the sloth lived in temperate and, like I said, warm climate, and it never it doesn't move fast enough for it to generate heat. Basically, it will literally freeze to death the slow as it will go. Matter of fact, I would believe the sloth would move even slower in snow. Just imagine a sloth sickle just hanging out. It'd be awful. Jeez.
Oh my.
That's terrible.
Before I go to the next one, I'm just gonna skip a couple because they're not as interesting ones. We got one question here so far.
Cool.
It's from Double O Yellowfish. It says, "Hello, Dan. I saw you like the blind run video, and I want to thank you for that." Yeah. If you're wondering, Double O Yellowfish did a blind run of Mega Man Eternal. If you haven't checked it out, go for it.
I totally will.
Yeah, I liked the video, and yeah, I checked out some of it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, check it out. Whenever I've been running into ones that are what I would deem, in my opinion at least, ones that I would consider valuable playthroughs, or like as in, they aren't making false accusations about things. I've been spreading them out. So just like Tor's playthrough, if you ever decide to play it through, I'll push it out.
Cool. I plan on it, but it's funny. Around Mega Man's birthday, you're not the only one that put out a pretty decent Mega Man game. Are you talking about Revenge of the Fallen? Yeah, that one is actually. But I haven't figured out the boss order. It's stupid. It's like the same polarity of magnet just hanging out.
Yeah.
None of them match. There's no start. Matter of fact, I beat 2 Robot Masters, and none of the weapons actually kill them. And the cool thing about Revenge of the Fallen is they're not the old fighting patterns of their original debut. They're actually kind of like Mega Man, Rockman, No Constancy. You heard of them? Yeah, they're pretty over the top with their attack patterns, like stupid over the top, like Toadman. You know how Toadman has like waterfalls in his stage in the original?
Yeah.
Well, in his boss fight, he has a waterfall going right down the middle of the stage, and it runs off into 2 pits. So you have pits in the boss fight. So that's kind of hard. And to make matters worse, when Toadman jumps in the waterfall. He can hide in the waterfall and snipe Mega Man from, snipe him from anywhere
Yeah.
with a regular pellet shot, regular shot. Pew, pew,
Yeah.
pew. And it's just awful. Like, gotta be kidding me. And there's no rush. There's no rush. Mega Man left Rush at the lab. It tells you. Seriously, it tells you in the opening video. The opening credit. Oh, stay here, Rush. I'm going to take care of it. Like, dude, you need to go, man.
Like, there was at least a good reason in my game for not having Rush playable.
Yeah, dude, Rush is not playable. I'm sure
Stay
Rush
here,
should be playable.
Rush. I use you all the time.
Yeah, there's no Rush. There is Beat, but Beat's like later in the dadgum game, and I think Tango is in his steed, but Tango is like later or acquired.
Yeah.
So you have all the other animals friends, but not Rush. The most important one. Rush could turn into a jet, submarine. It could be a platform to jump up on, and he
Some
can
games
merge
use a
with.
bike even.
Yeah, he can search for awesome power-ups, and then on top of that, he can merge with Mega Man, and then you're just gonna leave him at home? Seriously? Something's not clicking here. Somebody messed up somewhere, but hey, it's a challenge.
Yeah, either way, it's their choice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But in in Eternal, it's legit that, and then the cool part about finally saving Rush and then finally getting him, I like how you switched up the gameplay, guy. That is 2 thumbs up for me. Instead of just your regular running gun, you turned it into a spaceship shooter. Again, that is pretty rad. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to make the final boss different.
Yeah, I like the climactic battle.
Yeah, I have a thing for making things as epic as physically possible. So as if that has shown through, that's pretty much my goal.
You did good, dude.
Lightning everywhere.
Yes.
Lightning everywhere.
Lightning and a couple of monsoon rain, and then just flying around.
More
and
lightning.
And more light. Yeah, more
lightning. More thunder. I need more.
I'm sure you're in development. You was like, could use more lightning. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, the lightning's not going fast enough. I better make it go faster.
Yeah, more lightning. More
lightning. More thunder.
It'd be cool. You can just add. What if you add the lightning boss robot masters is popping up as shadow silhouettes with the flash.
That's pretty daunting.
Yeah, like you'll add Cloud Man here and Elect Man there, and
that would actually be a pretty neat touch.
and Spark Man just happened to be in the bottom corner zapping.
I'll have to keep this in mind.
I got ideas for you.
Marcus! I don't know if we lost Marcus or if he can't see me or what's going on. Let's see if it kicks in. Marcus! I don't know if I think we may have lost Megman _D. May be possible. I could be wrong though. I guess while I'm waiting for Marcus to react, I don't know if he's had his end doing something or mine. I don't know who has what. So if anybody that's watching could tell us, that'd be useful. So Jasper Valentine says, "Hey, not a question, but the whole Rush thing made me laugh. Nice. Yeah, yeah, it's good stuff." Whoop, I think we lost Marcus. That solved that one. Bye-bye, Marcus. I'm just kidding. Here, I'll shoot you a link again. Okay, let's try that again. But no, let's see if Marcus shows up. And here, there's only 10 minutes, roughly 10 minutes left until 2015, because it's 11:47 here.
Dan.
Yes, you're back. Welcome back.
I know what had happened was, it was an IP conflict.
Ooh.
So it kicked everybody off. Well, kicked everybody here off. So
kicked you off, sucker.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm just kidding. It kicked you off, sucker.
I know, right? Well, it's easy to fix. Is I'd rather get that than DDoS.
Yeah.
That'd be bad. That'd be bad. So what I'm gonna do is, because right now you're on my phone, I'm going to get back on with my computer. All right, and join. So if I pop up again,
there you just popped up again.
And then
multiple views, multiple. No, there we go. Let's move it on over. Yeah. I'm having too much fun here. Yeah, let's see. It says click. So Double O Yellowfish says, getting close to New Year's over here as well, Dan. 12 minutes to go. Yeah, it's approach 11 here. Yeah, 11 minutes to go until New Year's is here. For me, at least, because I'm in the future.
That's right. You are. It is 11. Actually 10 minutes. Yes, you're right. Yeah. You're in New York time, aren't you? You're using New York time. Yeah. The sad thing about New Year's in California is to say Happy New Year's to people. Everybody then went to bed and sleep.
Yeah, everybody's already had New Year's unless you live somewhere much closer to the line.
Pretty much. Hold on a sec, Dan.
Did you take my remote?
Take your remote? What did you do, my darling?
I said, did you take my remote?
No, I did not take your remote. You have it in your hand. That's a funny question. It's like this. Did you take my phone? Did you take my phone? No, you're on your phone right now. Oh, okay. That's what you get.
No, maybe someone is using.
No, my baby girl. No. I love you, though. Jeez. That's like somebody with glasses on their face saying, "Have you seen my glasses?"
I've done that to myself before, and it's funny because I was actually wearing them like this, so it wasn't even up here or anything. It was funny.
He's like, "Where'd you last see them? What color are they? They're brown. They got these cool lenses. Oh, they're on my face." And I was like, "They sure are."
Oh my!
All right, I'm done. I'm done poking fun at you. My daughter, my little girl. So, what you got? What you got going new for the new Eternal Part 2?
Okay, so while you were gone that one time, I was showing some of those screenshots that you've seen before, the ones with the filtering.
Yes. Oh, that's cool too.
Yeah. So I showed those off. So yeah. So what I was saying is that there should be about 3 to 4 of them you get on by default. They're just the typical Game Boy ones or the grayscale one. But
Right.
what'll happen is so the equivalent of the art CDs will be depending. I'll probably try to get as much like fan art like I did this time, so that I want to make it more specialized, where it actually fits in with the Game Boy thing.
Cool.
So like see if I can get that going. But the other thing is there's going to be palette sets that you can unlock. So there'll be those color themes. So the other filters that you've seen, you can unlock those. Then when you unlock all of them, then you can make your own color. So you can do whatever color scheme you want.
Well, I can submit some fan art if you want. I can
Oh,
get 'em.
I love that.
Yeah, I could submit some fan art. I wanted to submit, like, let's say you redo Eternal 1, and I pretty much copied, emulated the style of Keiji Inafune. I got his, I kind of emulated the style and his drawing of Mega Man, and because I have the art book, I have his art book, and it's signed by him and everything. So that's like an added, that was a little geek out session for me right there, but but overall, I have I can totally draw you some new sketches for your game, for for the higher resolution of the game. Like I know the game maker that you was using for Eternal, and plus it was you've been working on it for years.
Yeah.
So it's of course it gets outdated, and it's comparison to everybody else. So since you're going to make this new game,
software.
So maybe you can.
Nature with any bit of software. If you start with a software that's like 6 years older, and you always will be outdated. But yeah, I'm planning to use the same software, but I'm just gonna be using a different engine. So it should. I'm decided I'm gonna adopt to somebody else's engine, who will be the more legit fans. But I don't promise that I'm not gonna make it exactly the same. I'm allowed to make my own changes.
Dude, the legit fans, they range from ages 25, if not 27, to 30 to 40 years old. Those are the legit fans. All those teeny boppers out there that's sending you spam and hate mail, they're not real fans. They just bored.
Yeah.
Just bored kids. Like totally, dude. I've been playing Mega Man, and you've been playing Mega Man since Nintendo debuted him. Yeah. So those fans, because check it out, Mega Man 1 or Mega Man 2 plays totally different than Mega Man 4 or 5. The ones we like.
Yeah.
Like the Lure one with the Charge Buster and the slide and the cool rush features and the implemented beat in it. I have a good friend who's also a Mega Man fan, and his favorite Mega Man is Mega Man 7.
Yeah.
Mega Man 7 on the. And I love 7 too, but I have.
The boss kicks my butt so bad sometimes. I need full.
Really, the Walker? The Wily Walker?
The pod. The last boss.
Oh, the Wily Pod. The Wily
that
Pod.
Thing is the most evil thing out of any of the classic games.
Yeah, that is kind of. You're right. Nothing like.
It's not terribly difficult per se. It's just really cheap.
Yeah,
it's difficult because it is cheap.
Well, it's nothing like Mega Man 10. Retarded last boss. That the Wily Machine 10. Really? Barely any of the weapons work. Stupid. That's
then there's the Wily Machine.
Like the Mega Man 3.
And all I can think of in Mega Man 10 is for the Wily machine, not the pods, like the two pod thing, is that machine with the pirate hat and the fact that the rockets look like big penises coming out of his mouth. I'm like, holy Jesus, Louise, why do they make them need to make them look like that?
Maybe Dr. Wily's trying to tell us something.
Dr. Wily has a thing for Dr. Light. That's why he's
Dr.
bringing
Wily's
all the love.
Yep, Dr. Wiley's like sitting in his office, and he's got a picture of Dr. Light and him when they were best friends.
Yeah.
You know. and then a little tear just rolled down his eye, like, what have I gone wrong?
Well, I was gonna go way darker, like not darker, but way more raunchy. I was gonna say he calls over his robot and then he unzips his pants and then he's like, "Do it, do it."
Yeah.
Now that's too much. But
maybe
he's able to make robots, so I'm pretty sure he's able to do this.
Maybe the robots. You know how the robot master's face. You know how like Heat Man and Elect Man and Spark Man, they all have that O face.
Yeah, there it is.
Those are the ones he's asking to do it. There it is. Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it now.
Call Dustman. Call Dustman in here. He does it the best.
Oh my god. He sucks very well.
Oh man. Oh man.
But no, you're telling me a little bit, like you want to know a little bit more about the sequel. I can tell a little bit more about what's up. So I won't give all the details away, like at least on camera like this, but I can give away one more thing because it was a little bit in the trailer, but I may want to emphasize it a bit more. So in the sequel, there's going to be 2 playable characters.
Okay.
Okay, so
at the same time.
Oh, it'll be like one or the other at the start. You pick one.
Oh, okay. Kind of like the other Mega Man games.
Like Mega Man 10. Kind of like
now.
Mega Man 10, where you have Proto Man,
Yeah.
Mega Man, NA Face.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the idea is that there's Mega Man, of course, and then there's going to be this new character that I'm introducing named Ambient.
Ambient. Okay.
Ambient. I like the music ambient, like ambient music.
Yeah. I'm getting it.
But yeah,
did you already create the sprite?
Well, right now it's going under a little bit of refinement. The sprite itself, if you want, I can put a little. So far, I'm working with the guy who's doing the official art for the Robot Masters. He redesigned Ambient from the first teaser video to be more like what I kind of want out of him. So let me I can show that. I'm okay with doing that.
All right, cool.
Happy New Year, sweetie. I was gonna come back.
Hi.
Marcus says hi.
Hi, Marcus.
Happy New Year, everybody. Well, at least for people in my time zone. But anyways, on that note, I guess I will show this. I will show this because it's on that note. So let's see here.
Cool.
So this is Ambient right here.
Oh, female. Even better. So it can like counter the woman robot masters that's became more frequent and popular. Well, why not use
moved on to the robot masters.
Yeah, the feminist movement is rising in the robot master category.
But yeah, this is Ambient. She's supposed to be like a nurse paddling robot. So she originally was designed to be a nursing robot. but it was modified to be a
Cool.
battling robot. But yeah, from what I recall, what we've been planning is Ambient's going to be made by Dr. Kozak.
Oh,
That's
cool.
why the hat design.
Okay,
and all
I can
that.
see the Cossack design. Yeah, I can see the Cossack design in that. Yeah.
But yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, so Ambient will use obviously Mega Man will have Rush in this game, and Ambient is going to use Tango, so they'll have their counterparts.
Well, I have to say, but Daniel, why do I have to make a new female character robot? Why not use Roll? Why not use Roll and make her Mega Girl?
Because somebody else
See?
already did. It's
Yeah,
kind of like
I have to.
that episode of South Park where it's like Simpsons did it, and I'm always looking for something
Yeah.
different to try.
But they did it.
Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it.
Yeah, I'm basically mimicking what the comments may say and what
Yeah.
our Mega Man fans would say. You know?
Yes. Want to try something new, introduce a new character, because it'd be kind of neat to see a new character in mind. But yeah, this is a concept art by the same guy who did the official Robot Master art, not Draku or who was saying hi or Happy New Year earlier, or it was from the other guy. Yes, the other guy. That's his official name. Yeah, the guy who did the Robot Master art. The other set of official art. I always forget how to pronounce his name. It's Karakato Dizu? Dizol, I'm pretty sure.
Denzel?
Yeah.
Denzel?
Yeah. But yeah, he's doing the concept art for a lot of these. So he's helping me with a couple of the Robot Masters, but most part they're all planned out and everything. I have spreadsheets for a good chunk of them already.
Oh, that's cool.
So I've been planning for a while, so it's just a matter of actually doing it.
So you made a run cycle and everything for this sprite?
Well, this character, I need to refine the sprites. Have hit the same guy doing the sprites for that to refine them. Because it went to a little bit of a change from the last one that you'd see in the teaser trailer.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if you look at the one in the teaser trailer, she looks slightly different than this, so it needs a little bit of changing.
Okay, I would totally. I have it. Well, basically, this is live, so I can just, watch the video again and pause it, and then do my little spin on this character.
But yeah, pretty much I'll be looking for a sprite sheet of this character based on my previous sprite sheet.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to volunteer, it's more than happy to. But yeah, he already volunteered to do it. But yeah, if I don't hear anything different, I'll definitely let you know.
Totally.
But yeah, this is the new character and is the other playable character.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a good reason why I'm making it a female character. It has to do with the selection of bosses.
Selection of bosses. Is there a different set of bosses during your choices or something?
Well, they're the same ones, but the thing that makes it different is that this game is going to have half male robot masters and half female robot masters.
Okay.
So you'll fight them all, but it just makes them half and half. So I guess if you wanted to think about it as it's the egalitarian approach with Robot Master designs.
Yes.
Half male and half females.
Okay, and if they're female, wouldn't they be called robot mistresses?
Yeah.
Technically,
I guess technically but then there's but no, I think there'll still be masters because masters is gender neutral. But they could be robot master mistresses.
Ain't that like saying robot master?
That's a good question. Let's look this up.
That's a little redundancy right there.
Let's see, master. I got a lot of tabs open.
I had to see the sloth, the ever
Darn it, I got rid of
imposing.
the sloth article. Let's go See if there's any. Yeah. Let's see. You might be right. Let's see here. Sometimes I find that this Google one doesn't catch everything. The master. Now let's see here. Let's go.
And then the
Female version of master. Let's see.
it's somebody else. Somebody else looked it up.
You are right. Yeah, you are right. It is mistress.
Yeah, wouldn't it that'd be a little redundant calling them robot master mistresses?
Yeah. Yeah, that's Let's see. Yeah. Never knew that. That's kind of interesting. I have to watch the new Nostalgia Critic. I sometimes watch
It's already out? It's already out?
Well, this is the one from Tuesday. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh man, I haven't seen it either. So, and Malcolm, he's a cool guy. He's really cool. I like Malcolm.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't know until they actually made the forcible move that they moved to this new website.
Oh yeah, the
that guy, the glasses, is gone.
Yeah, he died. He exploded. Did you see that guy with the glasses episode?
I didn't see that one. I usually only watch Nostalgia Critic and Cinema Snob.
Okay.
I usually watch those two.
I'm gonna spoil it for you.
History of the Power Rangers. That's the only thing I watch of Linkara's is History of Power Rangers because I love Power Rangers.
Really? You don't watch Atop the Fourth Wall with him?
No. I only watch the History of the Power Rangers. That's like my favorite thing out of his stuff.
You're not a comic buff.
I like comics, but I'm not I wouldn't be classified as a comic book fan. Just because the easy way of saying it is I don't own many comics, and I haven't owned one for a long time.
Guilty.
It's not my medium of choice, but I have respect for people that do.
Yeah, me. But yeah, I totally understand. I totally understand. Because some days I miss out on Free Comic Book Day. Some days I miss out on on pretty awesome comic deals. I missed out in getting my free copy of the Sonic Mega Man crossover comic, but now it's not. It's not free. Matter of fact, Sonic Mega Man #1 is expensive now. It's a $30 comic because they already have a compilation, and what's really jacked up is they get the E version. The downloadable version is basically an injustice. It's like it doesn't feel the same. E-comics are. I feel like I'm stealing, but you pay for it, but you still kind of stealing. You don't actually own the physical copy. It's.
Yeah, take it from me. I have a fascination with getting hardcover versions of my books.
Yes, it's kind of it's got that sense of ownership, that sense of pride in your basically in your interest.
Oh yeah, it makes a big difference. Like I like it where I can pull out a book, open it up, and know that it's going to sit there, and I can go do something else.
Right, without it
disappearing. I don't have to worry about looking at a screen or anything. Like I could just go take it wherever I want. Like when I go outside to the park, I don't have to worry about dropping and busting anything. A book is pretty durable unless you get the pages wet.
Right, exactly. Because iPads or tablets or phablets, whatever your means of viewing literature, it's moot compared to a book. You gotta have a book to read. It's the news. On the other hand, I'll read the news anywhere because newspaper. Yeah. Honestly, I care less for the newspaper. But
yeah, I don't take newspapers in. I typically just use the internet because it's easy enough. Because you want to really know what's going on for the most part.
Exactly.
Yeah, but no, I just thoroughly enjoy the fact that you just like grab a book, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna crack it open, and I can open it up to a page, and I can be like, okay, well now I can look this up, and I can have it wherever I want, but then
Right.
I don't have to stop what I'm doing on my machine because I typically have like 8 different things going on the computer when I'm working on it.
Oh, okay. Hey, Dan. Hold on a
Yeah.
sec. I have to go do something real fast. I'm beyond, but go ahead and talk to the viewers.
Yes, sounds good.
I'll be right back.
Marcus's lovely party hat is just going to join us as I talk. Seriously, it's just like sitting there. But no, one thing I got for Christmas, well, I got it for myself because since we're moving, we didn't really have a luxury of being able to like do things with family and that. So it was kind of rough for the first time, but so plus we're kind of getting everything for ourselves. So I bought myself an entertainment stand and I bought myself this book for my research because I need these. But anyways, no, it's just because I have 2 books. I have the Williamson and Schmoy's right there, the design of approximation algorithms. That one doesn't have a lot of the content that's in this book. Although this one's quite a bit older. That one's more recent. This one complements it. That's with an E, not with an I. Complements that content. So there's pretty much anything that's pretty standard in there that's missing is in here. So I really wanted it for my own research, so let's make sure that makes it a little easier to do my work. Anyways, get to Jasper's comment here. Jasper says, I love Cinema Snob. I love Cinema Snob too. I seriously, that's like one of the main things I watch. Like, whether it be Channel Awesome or whatnot, that's probably my favorite thing to watch. Because otherwise I just watch Nostalgia Critic or the History of Power Rangers. That's really it. Because I'm not a big fan of everything else. It's kind of mixed. But for the most part, I tend to enjoy Cinema Snob quite a bit. I enjoy his kind of humor. But yeah, let me see here. Got one thing there. But anyways, back on the topic of Mega Man Eternal 2, I'll tell you a little bit about that.
I have returned.
Marcus, you are back!
Indeed.
Guess I should put this book back. I always like
Yes.
having my bookshelf nice and orderly.
Are you meticulous in alphabetizing your bookshelves?
I do things by subject, so I have my algorithms books over here, I got my combinatorial optimization there, I got my combinatorics books here, graph theory, number theory, discrete maths there, algebraic topology, not topology, group theory, error correction, cryptography, compilers, computability, computational complexity, automata theory, mathematical logic, applied analysis, and then some linear algebra and calculus.
Holy crap.
So there's more down there, but those aren't all those.
Those books are expensive.
Oh yeah, that's an expensive bookshelf collection there. I had to get rid of like 30 books in order to ship all my stuff. But yeah, I had to ditch a lot of my books that I got. Fortunately, I didn't drop any, get rid of any of the ones I paid for. I was fortunate to find some that are for free.
Hold on a sec, Dan. Hold on a sec.
Go.
I know, my daughter's calling me.
Go.
Yes, Ariana. What is it?
I'll, like, stab you with this pen. Just go. I got some more water in here. Anybody out there have any questions? Remember, if you ever have any questions, just throw them into the questions module, and I'll be more than happy to take in your questions, or if you have comments or anything. anything. We're having some fun. That's the key thing here. We're having some New Year's Eve or New Year's fun. So, if you have any questions or anything, just throw them in. The most goofiest thing you could think of. Oh, but anyways, I was going to talk a little bit more about the sequel. So I'm not going to say too much more, because I already told you about Ambient a little bit. Yeah, I guess there's not a whole lot I could say more. But, okay, there's one more thing I'll be allowed to show without getting too much out there. Just because of the fact that I did tease it in a video, I can give a little bit of a hint. Just a little bit of a hint towards. Now, I'm not going to say anything about who the character is and what they are or anything, but I'll show a picture. This is some concept art of that. And a fun Easter egg, if you look in the back of in Wily's Stronghold 2 and Mega Man Eternal 1, you'll actually see a rendition of this character somewhere in there. It won't be probably the one that's in the final one, but it's a prototype of this. Let me just throw it up there.
That's gonna be cool. It's Darkman.
So there we go. We got ourselves some more concept art here.
That's Darkman.
I can't say too much about what you're looking at, but yes, it highly resembles Darkman for good reason. All I will say is that Darkman does have copy abilities. So,
yes, he does.
Yes. So let's just say, what would happen if you made Darkman have insanely powerful copy abilities and some crazy power? But yeah, this is the villain of the sequel.
Yeah, I've seen that in the last. It was the last frame of your teaser video for Mega Man Eternal 2.
Silhouette there, yeah.
And like I can tell it's Darkman because of the light of his eyes and the shape of his head. And of course, you know, Darkman was a boss at the end. Matter of fact, 4 times in Mega Man. This is you're showing your love for Mega Man 5 again. I see it. Yeah.
But it makes sense. There is a very good reason behind this design, but I can't go so much into it, or else it spoils everything. Because the design choices impact what things mean with this design. But yeah,
you're doing the
just
base.
A little teaser.
So this is like the I'm not trying to fish information out of you, but
no, just throw it in.
Okay. This is basically a swappable base, right? This is the base of Darkman. Because Darkman in the Mega Man 5 could have tread feet. He could have, regular legs. You know, he could be bipedal. He can have double cannon arms. You know, he can have clamp hands. I can see it's like you're basically making Darkman, since he has insane copy abilities. You're basically making Darkman the like Shang Tsung of Mortal Kombat. Could be anybody. So basically, if you're fighting Darkman, you're fighting the legacy of Mega Man bosses.
Pretty much.
That would be awesome. Like turn around, shoot a crash bomb, and then do a top spin, and then shoot a tornado hold afterwards, and then Tornado Man deal, and then he can swap his color and he'll be all the fire characters, and then swap his color, he'll be all the shielded characters.
But yeah, I have some creative plans for this guy when it comes to his battle. But yeah, I can't say too much, but it's gonna be good. Let's just say my Wily Machine Eternal one, when I posted it my first time on YouTube, I think that this one is going to be that other one. for this point. Whenever I get to that.
So are you making another giant robot, Wily machine?
Oh,
deal?
I'm pretty certain that you may get to see another Wily machine Eternal, but I'm not. But I will say it will be a Wily machine Eternal something, but it won't be exactly like what you saw last time. But it'll be something like cool, but even I don't know what to say. I have ideas, but I haven't finalized what the machine looks like yet. But I already have ideas for it.
For a Game Boy-esque game.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my! Enough memory. Are you being as native to the Game Boy, or are you just gonna go totally balls off the wall with it?
Well, not too insane, but it'll be hard, because it is gonna be like a last boss probably. So it will be hard like the Wily Machine Eternal is in the first one, except it'll be something completely, I don't know. I still want to finalize that all up, but yeah. For now, I can at least say that what you're looking at right here is the concept art of the main villain of the game.
Cool.
And he's designed in a very specific way, and I'll let people leave to the imaginations of why it's designed that way. Let's just say people when they come up with ideas about the storytelling elements of Mega Man between Mega Man and Mega Man X, there's something there, but I won't go too much into it.
Oh man, you already got my gears turning when you mentioned the bridge connecting between Mega Man and Mega Man X, because everybody in the Mega Man community knows that Zero is the first Maverick made and operational, and he was evil. Yeah. So, are you going to do like what's that other Mega Man fan game that had Zero? Oh no, not Mega Man F.
Mega Man Unlimited? You mean?
Oh, what was that? Time Tangent? Not that. Please.
Oh, Unlimited had the last thing where you fought a Zero prototype.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. Unlimited did too. Unlimited had a pretty decent Zero prototype. Very good, actually. I have to give Felipe his props. That had me sweating. That had me. My hand cramped playing that guy.
But yeah, this will give a nod in that direction, but it won't. I don't have any intentions of like jumping the shark with anything. It will give a nod in that direction.
Okay, please don't jump the shark. Please don't jump the shark.
Jumping the shark.
Please don't jump the shark for your game's sake. Don't jump the shark.
Because I want to make sure that the whole like the first game and the second game has some purpose to it, and it does have some purpose. But I don't want to talk about what it is because I don't want to spoil that.
I know you itching to tell, but
I know. You can
I'll leave you.
I can say it like right now, but I won't. I'm terrible.
I'll leave you be on that one.
I am such a monster. I like tease it and I tease it, and I'm like, no, I won't. But I'm like telling you, like I basically will want to tell you, but I can't.
Oh man!
I'm a monster.
Next thing you know, you're giving Mega Man a lightsaber.
Well, technically, I did give him one in the first Mega Man Eternal game.
What weapon had the lightsaber?
Base Saber. If you unlock that, you get the saber attack.
Oh, okay. I haven't gotten that far. Matter of fact, I only beat
with
4
unlocking all
robot
the beat
masters in your
letters.
game.
Yeah, if you get all the beat letters and you beat the game, you get the first secret. And if you keep repeatedly doing this, beating the game with all the beat letters, you can unlock another secret, another secret, another secret. So you got to beat the game about 9 times to unlock the first 9 secrets. Then the last one, you have to unlock all the art. If you unlock all the art, that one you can do anytime. So you can just like sit there in Illusion Man level and farm at the first part, get all the art, get the last secret, and then you can use that. Although it doesn't really give you any power benefits, it's just a funny one. But yeah, the first secret that you get from completing the game with all the beat letters is the base saber. And that one does have some benefits to it.
Have anybody on record got it?
Oh yeah, I've already heard from somebody that like has apparently beat the game like 9 times, but they haven't got the true ending when I last talked to them. One of my subscribers, I'm pretty sure, but they didn't get all the last one of the music tracks because it's one of the secret ones that you have to do something specific to get. Like just because you have to like trigger an event, like for example, like tapping the jump key or charging before you go into something. There's 2 of them in the game. But yeah, he was missing one of them, but he has all the other secrets except for just this one music track. And if he beats the game, he gets the true ending. Although it's funny. I enjoy it. It's funny. But it's brief but funny. It's worth it.
It's definitely a completion bonus, man.
Yeah.
Like your characters are relentless, man. Illusion Man is awful. Who else is awful bad guy?
Illusions.
Yeah,
let's see. Clatman's pretty furious. Scorchman's pretty furious.
Yes, Scorch. If you're not familiar with the jumps, because Scorchman will follow you to down. He hunts you down when he turns into that ball of flame.
Fireball. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he
never
follows
get
you
him
like
close to the walls because he'll just bounce off of them.
Oh, yes, not even just bounce off of you. He stay on you. You'll land on him, and it's powerful. Clampman is OP. Clampman just jumps on you and you're dead.
And then he has his dashing attack where he can roll on the ground and go back and forth. That thing can be tough to dodge if you don't get the jumps right, because he is bigger.
And if you're not familiar with Toon Woman, because there was a time Toon Woman was the bane of my video gaming experience.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that during the testing stuff. You're like, I can't beat Toon Woman.
Yeah, thinking Toon Woman would jump. Like there was a time where she just dropped down but now she just jumps over the pits all the time. She jumps from stage to stage. She don't go down into the stage. Her weapon, though.
Yeah, the weapon does though.
The weapon definitely will.
It's like being in the trenches.
It's even got an almost acute parabol going on with it. It's retarded waves. It's like, oh my goodness.
Sinusoidal function going on there.
But each boss fight is worth it, because by all the fan games, you're the only one. You're one of the few that uses your own original boss music, and your boss music is great. So I'll play it. Like, I don't mind the fight, as long as I get to hear that.
Yeah. Fun fact is that if you I don't know if you caught on to where that song is inspired from, but that one is inspired by an X Games boss theme. Which X game is it though?
Oh, okay. I think I know this. Hold on.
Which one is it? And I know it's okay. I'll give you a hint. It's a one that a lot of people don't like for the spikes in it.
Oh my God! Not X3.
Not X3. I'll give you a hint.
Spikes in it. The spikes in it. Okay, X3 had a lot of spikes in boss fights.
There's one after X3, but it's not X4. That has tons upon tons of spikes in it, and
not X6 because
I'll give you a hint.
Stupid.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. It goes.
Oh, that's. I still want to say X4 because it sounds like double.
I'll give you a hint. Let me.
Like it sounds like double. I thought that was double.
Here, I'm gonna. I'll give you a hint. Let's see if you can pick this up, or let me see. Let me put this closer to the speaker here.
Okay.
Come on.
Hope you don't get an echo. Hope you don't get an echo.
No echo, my friend.
Okay, good.
Travel one vodka. There's some. What? There's like.
It's doing the ad. Yeah. Ads. Kind of missed the old YouTube when they had no ads. That was just great.
Okay, it's XX. It's XX.
Really?
Yeah, it is XX.
No. X6. Only you could do weird things. That's weird. X6? That's when Mega Man. Wait, no. That's what the Guns N' Roses Mavericks, right?
Yeah. Mega Man X5 has a Guns N' Roses
Okay.
Mavericks.
Oh, okay.
X6 is the one with like Rainy Turtleoid and has not. I was thinking of X7 at first. Then it has Metal Shark Player. But yeah, that one. Yeah, that's the boss theme is based off of that one.
Okay. Because I like Rainy Turtleoid's music. It's very cool. It's like
Yeah. But yeah, Levi did a really good job on that one, getting that one together, and Jasper did the other version of it. There's a more chaotic version, and there's the more orderly version of the boss theme. So
Yeah,
there's
kids
two
got
different
skills.
Versions. Jasper did the more
skills.
orderly version one. The one that's a little bit less in your face one, but it's still really good. They both kind of complement each other.
Is that the one with Frigid Man and Cypher Man? Because they had the less one. They had the less one.
That's the one Jasper did. Jasper, I know for sure did the one for Illusion Man's level, because there's half of them that have one theme, then half of them have the other theme.
Illusion Man, Scorch Man, and Toon Woman had the extended in your face one.
Yeah.
The one that makes them pose more of a threat than they already are. You know? It's like, I'm so bad, I got an extended bad guy theme.
So let's go to the questions here. So let's see here. I just gotta. Okay, so Jasper says, Dan, did you like the crossover review between Critic and Snob? So that's back from when we were talking earlier about like Cinema Snob and that.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that's a crossover for Sharknado.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that was funny.
Well, what was the movie title they had? What was it? Cyborg Grandma's Ninja Cock Thrusters or something like that.
Yeah.
He's like, don't go 2. Let's go 3. Yeah, 3's more cool. You can get some. Yeah, go 3 instead of.
Okay.
I gotta watch it again. But anywho.
So we got one more question here, just another one here from Cody Thomas. So Cody Thomas asks, "Happy New Year's, everyone! What would you consider your greatest achievement in 2014?" You get the floor first, and then I'll go after you.
Well, actually, you get the floor first. I gotta help. Hold on.
Go. Don't make me poke you with this pen. Okay, so I'll go first. So I guess my greatest achievement in 2014. Now, because the thing is, I'm not a very selfish person, so I don't usually look at myself as in what I contribute to myself, but I mostly look for other people, what I contribute to them. I guess the one thing I'm most proud of for myself is last year for me, was the first time I've ever moved from one province to another province and living on my own with my girlfriend. Although it was kind of like that anyway when I was living back at home in Winnipeg. Well, outside of Winnipeg. But as for contributions, my two big things were, I guess I have three things. Well, because my first primary one is my work in theoretical computer science. I devised a couple good approximation algorithms for scheduling problems that are really tough. So there's that. Well, I got my master's thesis done last year, so that was contained in that. But I gave a pretty solid thesis. It's like 140 pages, mostly just theory of computation and learning about it. If you ever look it up, it's called Tractability and Approximability of the Make-Span Problem on Unrelated Parallel Machines. But yeah, check it out. It's a good lesson. I tend to like to put a lot of detail on how I write things. So, and there is a paper out. You can go. It's free to download. Same with the master's thesis. That you can always look at the algorithms that were in that thesis that I put together. But yeah, that's what I would consider my greatest achievement, is coming up with algorithms that are better than some even the best ones known since 1990. But I would say the other things, of course, there's Magman Eternal, but I would say I'm not a selfish dude, so I would say my favorite thing or greatest thing was my science work. But that's about it. Welcome back. It's your turn.
Okay. My greatest thing for 2012 is my business as computer repair. It had taken off just a little bit, had picked up more steam than it did last year. So I was able to help out other people, help out more people than I did that I was doing previously, as far as their computers breaking down, and they're asking me to be their IT guy to actually fix their computers. And on top of that, I was able to piece together my own gaming rig. And I have a couple laptops that I actually game off of, game off of, and game off of, and as far as anything, like life is just good. Life is just how you make it, I can't complain. I can't really complain at all. I've gotten better benefits. My family is healthy. Getting better, and all is well around here. And I met new friends. Made new friends, considering you, Dan, and and a couple other friends. And I recently joined up with the fan group on Facebook, who are very, very informative, and they're very, it seems like fans of Mega Man, like real fans of Mega Man, are good, all-around good people. Good all-around people. I would totally invite you guys out to go have a lunch or hang out in my house, or things like that. You guys are awesome. Those fans of Mega Man, not those trolling talking about Mega Man.
Make me a new game. Oh my god, the music's terrible, but yet it's made by very good composers.
Yeah. Or I heard this in another game. I heard this in another game, and the game sucked, but yours is not so bad, but still it sucks because I got the same song from.
I'd accept it if it was an official game, but in your game it's totally unacceptable.
Yeah, what do you get from free? Seriously, you get more than you pay for, one, but still, two, it's free. It's free. I went to your house, kicked your dog, slapped your firstborn, cussed your mom out, peed in your bed and in your cereal while you eat it. You got all this stuff to complain about. Seriously, it's a game have fun with it, and you being a cool guy. Creators of Mega Man games are awesome people. Either it be ROM hack or actually not so much ROM hackers. ROM hackers, they're a mixed bag. They could be like a surly bunch. Oh, happy New Year, Sean. Okay. They could be.
Broken.
No, son.
No.
I know. Interference. Anywho.
No, son. I'm like depicting you as like some sort of ogre. Just
That's my baby
I'm
boy.
having too much fun with this.
That's my baby boy. He's
Yeah.
full of life.
I know.
But I could say that if they have a problem with your game, they could easily email you, and you make. Not a lot of people make live patches, like you tell them same as Felipe, same as Dominic, the creator of Mega Man X Corruption, which is pretty good. You're a really cool guy who, if there's a problem with your game and you don't want bad PR, you don't want, because this is bad PR has ruined your credibility as not only a programmer, but as a game designer.
Yeah, I'd have no problem with people saying, "Oh, the game's bad." Like they're entitled to their opinion, but I have a problem when they go beyond that and start saying things that are absolutely incorrect. Because there's a difference between having an opinion and then going straight after the creator and saying a lot of insane things that aren't true about them.
Like that one
it's
guy.
Another whole other level. Like it isn't criticism when you go after the wrong. It's kind of like playing chess and then expecting that just because a chess piece you don't like it, you're gonna go after the manufacturer of the chess piece and tell them that they are terrible at making chess pieces, and it's just that you've got to kill all their family.
That's like
Unless
gamer's going to Miyamoto because Mario is doing bad.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, to be honest. It's very easy. For example, I had somebody just share my trailer, and they had the most batshit insane opinion about the game. But you didn't see me go after them. I just think, oh, well, they're entitled to their opinion, even if it's like absolutely idiotic. That doesn't mean that they're not entitled to their opinion.
Right. Everybody's, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
Yeah, exactly. And I only value opinions that actually have some basis in reality. I'm allowed to discard opinions because opinions aren't useful unless they have something attached to them.
Yeah, based on facts. I like facts. Facts is good for everybody.
Yeah.
because it brings everybody into the loop of something that's there. It's something that's actually beneficial to not just the developer, you, but the players like myself. Be like, oh, okay, I gotta look out for this. Okay, maybe
it doesn't help that. It doesn't help that I looked at the opinions people would give me over time, and I would adjust things based on that. So, that's what the main point of my posting videos all this time was, for the playthrough things, like the levels and that, so I can see how other people like them or dislike them, so I can adjust them. Sometimes I really like them, and I say, no, screw you, I don't want to change it. But otherwise, I'll be like, yeah, that's fine.
Like your forward moving sprite. Like your Mega Man sprite that's standing on one foot.
Screw them. Screw them. I'm allowed to do things differently.
It's like Mega Man looks like he's being pushed all the time.
But then the problem is that I don't get it, because some people are like, well, you have to actually... No, I've seriously had somebody say this, like, well, you actually have to, because, okay, you know how the boss doors, they don't, suck you in? In this game, you actually have to walk through the door. So their problem is that because the door opens, it doesn't suck you in, that is not apparently realistic,
Oh
and now
yes,
it should be that you're supposed to get sucked through it. But then I realized that, like, okay, do you not realize what you're saying? You're saying that if a door opens, that the person doesn't walk through the door, instead the door opens and puts you inside the door. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
you
they
literally
try
can
to
walk
say
through
things
the door
about
on your own merit.
yeah, and then there was oh my. Then there was this one where some guy sent me like sent my girlfriend a list of like a 4-page long list on the Mega Man Eternal page on Facebook. This 4-page thing, and it's like every single nitpick he has, and like every single one. Like I sat there with her, and we went through each one, and I said, okay, well, is that reasonable, or yes or no? And then I could say, okay, well, I pointed that out. Okay, I pointed that out. I pointed that out. And then I say, okay, well, that's not true because this game does it. And then say, no, that's not true because this game does it. And, like, because the thing is, it's very difficult to make the argument where you say, oh, well, this game does it, and your game doesn't. Well, the problem is, it doesn't mean that another game doesn't do that.
Right.
So it's really funny. like, for example, somebody was saying, like, oh, well, like, they decided to make it so that you die automatically when you hit a spike. Well, there's other Mega Man games that do that aside from Mega Man 1. In fact,
yeah,
I
got him on hand. Yeah, I got him on hand. Like Mega Man Revolution. Revolution, you can get hit by a spike and you live. Mega Man Rock Force, you get hit by a spike and you live. You don't die instantly. What else? Mega Man. Okay, Mega Man Cross Street Fighter does it. Mega Man 25th Anniversary. Okay, it's still in demos, but they have a playable. It's a playable demo. That kind of counts. So call it as you will.
I was meaning like official games that do the auto kill on a spike. Like it isn't just Mega Man 1.
Mega Man
like
in general.
The X series do that too.
Mega Man in general.
Yeah, it's a very common thing.
Yeah, Mega Man 9 and 10 does the spike buffer.
Yeah.
And you buy that. You buy the spike. No, Mega Man 8 did the spike buffer. The first time spike buffer, which was weird. The first time I hit a spike, but then again, Mega Man swims.
Yeah.
You know, so call it as you will. You know.
Yeah.
I was hoping Mega Man swim in all the other games after Mega Man was implemented swimming abilities. You know, but no.
You think that. Even I was actually contemplating putting swimming in.
That'd be cool. It'll be in the vein of Mega Man 8.
Yeah, and then people will complain that it's not like the other games, but then it reminds me of the dreaded complaints about my Ready thing, which is really funny because I know a lot of people don't like it where like at the beginning of the levels in my game it goes Ready. And it's funny because it actually is me saying Ready, except it's me and my I think it was like Ready. And then I modified it. If you actually were to like record that sound clip, tone down the pitch, you'd probably hear me saying in a somewhat high-pitched voice. See, that's something you can try at home.
And that is okay because Mega Man 8.
Mega Man 8 does it. Exactly. That's where it came from. I was like, okay, I want to do that too.
Same, same place where Dr. Light called Dr. Wily Dr. Wowie. You know?
Dr. Wowie.
You say, it's Dr. Wowie, Mega Man.
Elmer Fudd, Dr. Light.
Elmer Fudd, Dr. Light. That's
time for the random fun stint of the show, where now, you know what I'm holding right here, aside from the fact that it's a Dasani thing.
Yes, it turns your water into some kind of juice drink. Fruit-colored drink.
Sometimes I do this if I don't know, like I'm looking for an extra kick, like to hit me in the face. I guzzle down one or two of these.
So, aren't you interested in 5-hour energies, or don't they have it in Canada?
Oh, I don't do energy drinks. I'd be terrified of how I would be. I don't even drink coffee.
You know what? Yeah, because I understand. I can know what you're coming from because coffee has a weird effect on me. Like, I drink coffee, I become lethargic. I become narcoleptic, like, like I'll talk to you on yeah, like on coffee. I'll be talking to you like, okay, Dan, that's great. Mega Man Eternal's great. No.
Gonna down one of these.
Chug, 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 chug. Oh my! Ain't that like a shot of sugar? That's like so much sugar in that thing.
It is a shot of pure sugar.
Holy moly, man! You can
tell I've done this for a while.
Oh man, you have.
But no, now I feel a little more awake. Although I'm usually always awake, but I deal with it. That's my motto. I just deal with it.
You know they have a term for that in the dirty South. They call it sipping on some scissor. But yours is not real scissor. It's actually syrup.
Yeah. Oh my! That reminds me. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Where you live, do you get milk in jugs or in bags?
Holy crap, we get them in jugs, but I've seen milk in bags. That's a Canada
Yeah,
thing.
that's one thing I had to get used to when I moved to Ontario, because in Ontario they do milk in bags instead of jugs. Back like in Manitoba, like apparently there's like I think it's 3 provinces in Canada that still do bags, but like where I'm from, for Manitoba, they use jugs, and I'm like,
yes.
I'm getting used to the fact that they use bags. Like the benefit is that they're cheaper, but the problem is that like even if you have a pitcher that you could put the milk into, because you pretty much put it into a fruit like a juice pitcher.
Yeah, dispenser or something like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Because
because they're in these bags. They come in these like things that look like giant toaster strudel cream things.
And it has a spigot on that joker, like big nozzle on it. It's kind of phallic.
Yeah. I use a juice pitcher.
We have when I was in the Navy, they have that. We have that. We don't have juice. We don't have milk jugs on the ship. We actually use milk bags on the Navy ships, which is weird because the first time, because I thought it was just no, we get them imported from our friends in the Great White North.
Yeah, because it's easier to transport in bags rather than in jugs.
Right, and they actually last longer than they do in bags.
Yeah.
They actually last longer. They stay fresh longer in bags in comparison to our plastic jugs that we get here, which is weird.
Yeah, the trade-off I have with it that I've had to get used to is the fact that when you take the milk out of the bag and put it into the pitcher, my problem is that if I leave it too long, because the difference between a jug and a bag, it's kind of like when you put it into a pitcher, it's kind of like you lose like half the time you have normally for a jug. Which I'm still getting used to the fact that I can't just like if I pour in one, I have to be more strategic. Like when I want milk, I put it in the pitcher. Then I make sure I drink all of that in the next 3 days. Otherwise, it's gonna be.
It's gonna be nasty, curdled mess.
Yeah, and I miss that having jugs because of jugs. At least it stays like you don't have to cut up no new bags or anything. So I'm like totally
consistency stays.
And I'm a total milkaholic, so.
Yes, I love milk too. Like. My wife thinks I'm weird because I still drink milk at my age, and all the kids don't drink milk like I do. I drink milk straight from the jug, or I love milk, and chocolate milk is an added bonus.
Oh yeah.
Strawberry milk. Strawberry milk is a delicacy. Like that. That's how I. That's how I roll. And hot chocolate's made with milk.
Yeah.
Yes, son, it's a sword. You got your sword. My son has an inflatable sword. He's just showing you. Okay, I'll blow it up. Just
Blow
all right,
up
internet.
that sword.
Yeah, there's a sword.
Strategy.
Yes, I'm gonna have to do it manly, like Urgh.
Blow into that sword. I'll enjoy it that way. I'm so terrible.
No, it's okay. Just be glad I'm very well in tune with my sexuality to do
Yes.
that.
Yes.
I am. Yeah, I
Still a
ain't scared of
splendid
it.
sword. I like it.
Like quoting my friend Markiplier. If you know, I push B to blow. I have B to blow skills. Here you go, son. Enjoy.
Oh my.
But
Oh,
yeah.
I know. But yeah, like that's one thing I miss a lot from Manitoba is not having jugs of milk. They have cartons still around here sometimes, but
Do you
they
get
come
it delivered
smaller.
to your doorstep, or you go to the store?
No, it's not that far back. They haven't reverted there yet.
Oh, okay. Because some areas they do. Well, actually, the Swans truck. We get a truck called Swans truck.
Oh my, those. Yeah, they used to have those. They used to
Yeah,
have those up here.
the Swans.
I
The
used to
Swans
love
company.
those.
Yeah, the
I
Swan.
seriously used to love those. Like those were like when I was a kid, that was like the best thing ever. And they would actually like drive to your house in the country even. Like not
Yes.
even in the city or anything. They'd drive to your house and be like, "Do you want anything?" Like and we always get like Rebels and all that kind of fun stuff, or like maybe like frozen things sometimes.
They deliver. They got really good ice cream and
Oh
they
yeah, I
deliver
love the
milk.
Rebels. Like I remember one time with one of my best friends when we were young, like when Mega Man X was new and he got it,
Uh-huh.
we played Mega Man X for like I don't know, I think like 8 hours that day, and we ate like 4 boxes worth of Rebels. Like those, we ate like 4 boxes of them.
I can totally see that because I can totally see myself doing that.
It was
Because
just awesome. Playing Mega Man X when it was new and having Rebels.
oh man, I had very little sleep when I was young. When Mega Man X was out, I was freshman in high school, and that was my whole demeanor. I was Mega Man X, and all the seniors
That's what
and all
happened.
the seniors and juniors thought I was like weird because I was always, but I wasn't as bad as the Sonic Kid. The Sonic Kid was worse
my.
because the Sonic Kid liked to run all around the daggum school, and and he runs like Naruto runs now. Naruto runs now back. He runs like this. That guy, he's weird.
Oh my. That reminds me of something I said on Facebook. I think it was Sonic, like a Sega. I think it was Sega posted an anniversary picture of the first Game Gear game with Sonic the Hedgehog. So the first Game Gear one.
Sprites, the sprite progression, basically.
No, it was just a screenshot of the title screen, and they're saying, "Oh, this day we're celebrating the I think it was I forget what year. It was an anniversary for that game." And
Okay.
I went on the comments in my all my great insight. I go on there and I say I miss when I miss these times back when people used to treat Sonic fans like normal human beings.
Oh yeah. Now you're
Because
weird.
Sonic fans are so different today than like you and me would be.
Holy crap! The Sonic fans now, man, they're like,
They're like all over the place. Like there is such a thing as there's got to be a spectrum where the Sonic fans are over here, and then there's like everybody else here, and then there's like maybe the Mega Man fans somewhere around there.
Sonic fans
Not quite
today.
there. I've seen actually robot tentacle port of Mega Man things on DeviantArt before. It's getting there, but it's not quite there, and they have the nitpicky attitudes. some of them, but they're kind of cool. They're still cool enough for them that balances so it doesn't go there.
I think ever since Sonic had longer legs, that's when they got weird. That's when things got really weird. When Sonic got longer legs, yeah, that got. And then the tip of the iceberg is the Sonic Boom. All the bandages. That's the tip. That was it. That's the ice cream. That's the cherry on top of that sundae right there.
I don't mind the show. Actually, I think it's pretty good. Like I find the show funny. Yeah, the show's pretty good. It's actually
the show is good.
A lot of me.
The
show is good. I haven't played the games though, and I've heard mixed things about the Wii U one, and I played the demo of the 3DS one, and I heard it's kind of mixed there. Like apparently it has some really bad glitches.
If you want to ruin it for yourself, if you want to ruin Sonic Boom for yourself, watch the Game Grumps play it. They ruined the game. They I played it at Con. I played it at E3, but they found some glitches, dude. Like terrible glitches. Knuckles has a perpetual, everlasting jump.
Yeah,
every time you pause it, and then Sonic can walk on water.
Yeah.
And Amy has like an instant kill on bosses. If you do a spin attack and you hit somebody with the mallet and then you pause it and then you stop, it will literally kill them.
Wow.
It's bad. Oh, and NPCs spawn out of nowhere, or NPCs don't render in all the way, so they appear thin or sick or basically creepy, you know, like. And there's a glitch with Tails. What Tails is a glitch? I think Tails got a stupid bomb ring thing, which kind of gets hurt by his own bomb rings. Something weird, stupid.
So I want to comment back on this one thing about I was saying about the robot tentacle porn.
Oh man.
So this is Cody Thomas saying robot what tentacle what, and this is just him reacting to that. And yeah, this does exist. Where like if you can dig around, you can find it. It sometimes uses
Rule 34. Your favorite character. That's all you gotta do on Google.
But you know, I've seen it where they've had art where Proto Man's making out with other robots. I've had them where they're roping other robots. I've seen ones with older robots, which is really weird, seeing his role as is still a kid.
Yes.
Which is kind of wrong. I've seen some really weird things.
Yeah, I see some things that
really get bored, go to DeviantArt. You can find all of this.
Yes, kids are messed up, man. And these are kids. We're drawing these characters. They're great. They're decent artists. I'm not knocking a child's drawing, but the content of the art that they drew is therapist worthy. It's therapist worthy.
So I got a question for you. First, I'll get you to answer it, and then I'll answer it.
Cool.
This is a simple question. I know this is a simple question. So this is from Cody Thomas again. Favorite Robot Master? Go!
Ooh, favorite Robot Master. Well, my favorite Robot Master at one point was a toss-up between, like, Snake Man and Shadow Man and Mega Man 3. But Snake Man because he's a snake robot, and I kind of like snakes. And Shadow Man because he's a ninja. Ninjas were cool at the time. I think ninjas are still cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ninjas are, Shadow Man, but now my favorite Robot Master is freaking Grenade Man and Tengu Man. Tengu Man is Tengu Man. Period. Tengu Man. Why have to think about that?
He's so awesome. He appears in 2 classic games.
Yes, he is so awesome. He appears in 2 classic games. Who does that other than fan game makers?
Astro Man does it too.
What's that?
Astro Man.
Astro Man. Yeah, Astro Man.
He's pretty cool though.
Astro Man's cool. He's weird. Oh, Search Man too. Search Man is in too. Searchman is in Mega Man Base and Mega Man 8.
Is he? I thought it was only Tengu Man and Astro Man.
But no, I've seen Searchman somewhere else. Maybe in my deepest, darkest fantasies. Anyways.
You just want it. You just want it.
Yeah. It tends to whatever. But Tengu Man, best. Especially somebody made a Gundam version of Tengu Man. Look it up. Somebody drew a Gundam version of Tengu Man and Mega Man and Duo, but Tengu Man was made into a Gundam. It was pretty freaking rad right there.
That's actually pretty neat. Check it out.
I'm like, I'm not worthy. That's awesome.
Okay. I guess my turn. Oh,
Yes.
This is a tough question. This is actually a really tough question for me. So I'm going to give you three.
Okay.
So just because it's really hard for me to boil it down. It's actually, if you're ever wondering, I did a whole hour one episode with Tor on favorite robot masters. There was one episode where we spent like an hour or something on each game. We picked like our favorite and least favorite ones.
Oh yeah, I have my least favorites.
Yeah,
too.
we did that whole thing, like all of the classic games. And so that was it was pretty long, but so what I would boil mine down is let's see, Crystal Man, because I really love his stage and the music and just his design and everything. Cloud Man, I enjoy Cloud Man's design. That's pretty much my favorite thing about him, and that he's pretty epic when you don't use his weakness on him. Otherwise, he's just pathetic.
Yeah, Bubble Wrap is a mug. Bubble Wrap is his main. Oh, spoilers! Bubble Wrap kills Cloud Man.
He dies really fast. You just keep dropping him. He just fall down, come back up, fall down, back up, fall down, back up.
It's like kicking a paraplegic out of his wheelchair. It's just sad.
And then probably the other one. This is so tough. I'll go with Astro Man because I like him. He's quirky.
You got an affinity for robot masters without legs.
It's a new fetish.
Yeah, you're like that one guy who fetishes.
Tell people on DeviantArt about this. Just like make art of me making out with Astro Man.
Oh yeah, I bet. And groping one of Astro Man's balls.
Yeah, exactly. See, this is all stuff that they could use.
Oh yeah, some very vivid
picture
images.
Me doing this, going like, oh my god.
You're basically doing the you're having a no leg robot master sandwich going on. Such dark territories you tread. Such dark territories you tread, my friend. Oh man.
Oh man. I can't get that image out of my head. It's gonna be there for the next little while.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You're gonna like it too.
Oh my.
You better hope I don't do it. Maybe if I'm in the mood, I'll draw that.
Just bored one day, kind of like. Exactly, Jasper.
Daniel does like.
Cloudman fears the danger rap.
And Astro Man fears the. And Astro Man fears the. Well, Astro Man's power. He's pretty strong. Like a freaking. What was his? Who was his weakness? Is it water balloon?
His weakness is the search missiles. Those
search missiles.
Yeah.
That's right. So he's got a better legit weakness. Like Astro Man is awesome, and his weapon is awesome. Astro Crush is a screen engulfing. Like if you're like playing it on a older PlayStation, it would overheat the game system by playing Astro Man's weapon over and over again.
I remember this. Actually, I have my grenade in that wood thing right there, my PlayStation version.
Oh yeah,
And I remember that. Like, if you just spam it, if you just keep tapping it, it slows down.
That's how awesome Astro Man is. That kudos to your Astro Man. I like Astro Man too. But Tengu Man is the best. He has that warrior mentality that I like, and he's cocky as all hell too. He's like, it's just a kid. Don't make me laugh, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I just remembered. Oh, I just had this crazy idea in my head, and then Cody always says, and so the fan art begins. Dear God, I was just thinking to myself, oh my. Because, like, one thing I could imagine happening is if I threw my fan art contest thing out, somebody being like, oh, I'm going to totally make that, and he's going to put it in the game.
Oh, yeah, and hey.
And the funny thing is, I may actually, like...
Hey, you did it to yourself.
Just because it's so fun.
It's like praying for death. It's inevitable. You called it, you're getting it. It's like Burger King. You got it your way, buddy.
As long as my students don't see it, it's okay. There are things on my YouTube channel that I would never want my students to see, but if they have, they would never see me the same ever again, and it'd be funny.
Oh, Dan, you come off to me as Benny Hill. You know, you remember Benny Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Harmless, dirty humor. Harmless. It's always sexy time with you, Dan.
Speaking of which, I need to make. Oh yeah, Astro Man's theme is amazing, Jasper. I think Jasper's like a minute or two behind us, but no. I have a question for you because you've been a subscriber to my channel for a long while, like a long while.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised we haven't done this yet. Until we actually did, you know.
Yeah.
But if you have, do you remember at all my butts video, like the butt workout video I did?
Oh God, yes.
You remember that?
Why? Yeah.
The one where I was parodying a YouTuber named Megan Lee Hart.
Yeah. Yeah. Why?
Her butt workout video, and then I did it. I'm going to make that public again because I was scared that Sprite Inc. was going to use that against me somehow.
Oh, like you like to show off your
safe.
butt?
Oh no, it's just because it's so off the wall, crazy in terms of what it is.
You know what?
It's one of my funnier videos, but I never ended up actually it doesn't actually have too many views for what it is. From 2011, it has 722 views, which is okay, but it's definitely not there. But
it
it's
was
one
on
of
the
my
brink
funnier
of going
videos.
viral. He was on the brink of going viral. You'll be known as the butt exercise guy.
But yeah, if you've never seen that,
you was on the brink of going viral, but you made it private. I'm sure it picked up steam.
It was public for the longest time. I just made it unlisted from when the game, like the day after the game released.
Oh, the day after the game release?
Yeah.
So okay, because I haven't been navigating through your because most of your videos you uploaded lately was our ones.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've butt video. Then I have the butt meme videos.
Yeah.
Which is just a clip from that one video. But no, that video.
I kind of miss your slow motion epics, though. I really miss those slow motion epics.
I got some more of those. Last one, was the Cooper one. Cooper, it's some ice cream.
Oh yeah. What was that? What was that? The Santa Claus? The Santa Claus video. It was the elf. What was that? Martin Short? Elf. It was like.
Let me think.
Or Davy Jones. That was Davy Jones.
Oh,
the ex-monkey.
The one where it's like, oh, that's from the. I'm trying to remember which video that is. I know which one you're talking about though. It's the one with the wiggles and it's slowed down as the pirates, and he's like.
Oh no, that was the nightmare one.
It's like the creepiest thing ever.
Yes. Yeah, that's the nightmare fuel one you had. No, I'm glad you did you take that down? 'Cause that was just awful. That was
I'm
just
pretty sure it's
awful.
still around. Let me check. Slow motion epic.
And then you had.
How many slow
And then
motion
you.
epic
And then
videos there are anyway? If I remember correctly, there are. Let's see.
And then you had Hercules throwing Ursa,
the
the bear,
bear.
into the
Yeah,
stars.
I had to do it. I just had to do it after I saw that Cinema Snob episode with the Hercules thing. I just had to do it. Like, it was needed. Let's see.
And what else?
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, and then I did the potty dance. Then somebody getting pissed
I don't
off.
remember that one.
Getting pissed off about a My Little Pony book.
Oh.
Judge Judy talking about sleeping with strangers. Then there's the Donkey Kong Country 3D animation Pirate Scorn song one.
Oh, that's scary, man. That's another you slow motion epic like nightmare fueled haunted macabre stuff, man. What's wrong with you? What is your deal with that, man? You want to give people nightmares of weird proportions. Good grief.
Yeah, it's totally still there.
Like, it's bad enough the ending to Donkey Kong 64 and then the Donkey Kong. There's 2 Donkey Kong games that have nightmare-inducing, weird, haunting songs to it.
I love the Donkey Kong. Actually, I was just playing Donkey Kong 64 actually yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, I got my
You
N64
subjected
out,
yourself?
and I beat Paper Mario, the first Paper Mario, yesterday again.
Good. That's some good gaming right there.
Yeah, I love Donkey Kong 64. I'm a big fan of those collectathon platformers like Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie.
Really?
Yeah, but I like Banjo. I don't have any interest in playing the newest Banjo-Kazooie games. I want on the Xbox.
No.
Don't want to go near that
you're
thing.
good. Yeah, you're better off. Trust me.
Stick
Nuts
with
and bolts
Kazooie
suck.
and Dewey. Yeah.
And
That's pretty much
Banjo.
my thoughts on it. Oh, and I slow motion jizz in my pants.
Oh yeah, in my arm.
It doesn't
And it
help
shows
at all
you-
that it really works with that bass that he does.
Yeah, he does.
One thing I'm
He has that-
surprised is I'm able to even put those on my channel, seeing as actually a partner, like a verified partner. So
Oh, okay.
so
you got
I'm surprised that I was even able to put that on my channel. Although I can't monetize it. That's why. It's just because it's not monetized.
Yeah,
I
and
can't monetize that stuff.
yeah, you're better off than me because my biggest video on my channel is my response to Alpha Omega Sin. Was how long? Like 2 years, 3 years ago. Like I'm out because I was trying to do videos. I was trying to. This is before my son was born, and I was trying to do videos, and I was getting good feedback on them. Like I wasn't getting trolled, and I had a lot of stuff to talk about. But it'll be in the realm of collectors, like game collectors, like GameSack and AVGN has delved in that territory, and old hardware stuff. Like I wanted to go into that, but I got busy. Then I had my son. Wait a minute, I got busy doing work.
Yes, you got busy. Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Right. Let me make sure, for the record of this video. But yeah, I was in the I was getting a good amount of content, and on top of that, I was working. I was managing a GameStop, so I had access. I had access to the hardware at the time. Like I had access to Xbox 360s and stuff.
Yeah.
I had access to PS3s. I had a PS3 and Xbox 360 and a Wii.
Yeah.
And I just didn't get around to it. It just And then next thing you know, 2 years pass and I'm sure nobody has what I had at the time because I had Resident Evil 4 from a Best Buy that had Ada Wong, and I'm sure it had like Leon Kennedy I'm sure it had like people had Leon Kennedy or had the the big bearded creepy guy. I forget his name. That guy with the eye, where he take his eye out and he turns it. It's weird.
It's
But
really hard to listen and watch this butts video while doing it. It's really just really hard.
oh, Dan.
It's so I can't. It's hard not. It's just so out there. I need to. One thing I need to do more with my channel is to do more things like that.
Let me check out this butts video. Let me go to.
Oh, if you want, I can put it in the group chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it in the group chat. I just put a link to that, the one with the pirate. Slow down. Okay, wait, no, that's the one with the puppet doing the thing.
No. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that one.
Yeah, so the second link there. Second link there is the butt workout one.
Okay, because that's like on the scale of creepiness. There's Five Nights at Freddy's, Breakfast Mess by Ashens, that Wiggles video, number 3.
Yeah.
Have you seen Breakfast Mess? Breakfast Mess, Breakfast Mess. Hey, look up Breakfast Mess on your spare time. Okay, let me see.
I encourage people to share the butts video, which is, it's called, if you're looking for it on YouTube, if you're not in the group chat, I'm pretty sure the only people that are actually in the call can be in the group chat, but if you want to look it up on YouTube, let me just grab my lovely drawing tools. You can.
Oh, Dan, with the nipple rub and everything. Yeah, I remember that. And you slow motion epic the butts. Butts.
I had to make it work.
Oh man, somebody's gonna remix that. Boy, hey, internet,
dubstep that thing.
remix this video.
Search that.
Badass ass workout.
But yeah, it was parodying this chick on YouTube back when called Megan Leehart, who was like bullying people on YouTube to get their accounts suspended and that. So yeah. So what happened was, the story of where this video came from is where a YouTube user named Happy Cabby, so Happy Cabby, he wanted his subscribers to make videos mimicking her videos, except most of his subscribers are men, so there's a lot of parodies where it's guys doing chick things, and it's really funny.
Oh man. Megan, you'd be surprised. Megan Leehart's account. Actually, she's been submitting content. No, she hasn't. 3 years ago. Yeah, it's and the video you was parodying was the abs workout. Right here, right? It's the abs.
Yeah, it's the butt workout that she has.
Ah, yes.
If you look at that one, you'll see the parallels of where this one came from.
I like parallels. Let's do a compare and contrast. Shall we?
Yeah, look up Megan.
Oh.
Megan.
Yeah, a lot
Did you
of
find
stuff
the video?
Nope, I think she got rid of it. It's
go. Let me see. Oh, I found it.
Oh, you
I
did?
found it. Yeah, here, I'll shoot you a link to it. And you can watch the parallels between the two.
Oh, gosh.
There you go. There's no link there.
Oh, Dan.
I remember now.
How to work that butt out. Squat also be a sex position. Oh gosh, this girl is so full of herself. It's funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. Down. I think I lost. Oh, here it is. Let me drag this one out, and boom. All right, compare and contrast. Oh,
I put my own fun little spin on it, but it mostly has a lot of the same things, except I just did really wacky things with them.
the squat, and you got your evil mad scientist look going on with the butt squatting.
I miss that whiteboard. I miss it so much.
You lost. What happened to it?
Oh, well, I lost it because that was when I was living, because when I was back at home, when I was living in my mom's basement, I know. Although I lived there. So that was my first room in the basement. Then we renovated the whole basement, and then I got another room, but my other room doesn't fit something that big in it, and my mom didn't want that on the wall because it's stapled into the wall. But yeah, you can actually make a whiteboard that big with less than, let me think, not even like $150.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it
So
a certain
the trick to
paint polymer?
So what you do now, the disadvantage of the one I was doing is that board right there is made with a panel, so the same stuff you put on a shed.
Yes.
So you just go to Home Depot, get a sheet of that, and then you just put it on the wall, and the frame costs more money than the actual board itself. And then you just staple it all there, and that's the board.
Oh, wow. I never thought of it like that. I never thought of doing a whiteboard like that. That would be awesome for a to-do list, because I have a, like any aging young man, any mid-30s, guy, you start to have brain farts. So,
yeah, it's good for getting the ideas out, and I use whiteboards all the time because I waste too much paper otherwise. I seriously go through piles of paper.
I have not Post-its, but I have a list, to-do list thing, and that gets. And then my wife, she got a magnetic calendar, like you can use a whiteboard marker and stick notes on at the same time because it's magnetic. It came with little special magnets like birthdays, anniversaries, things like that, and it's in the most highly trafficked area in the house, like from the kitchen to the living room. So after I get me a snack, I'm very likely going to see this. It's right there, so
yeah.
I can be like
seriously,
totally.
Like this just one day, not even. Like this was like half a day.
Holy crap, man!
And that's full cap.
Oh my gosh, that's like your desk is a rat's nest. You got so much
Well, that's
going
why
on.
every 2 days I gotta like chuck paper because I just don't. Oh my!
You don't
no.
You don't have a wall right there where you can post it right there, because that's what I did in my office.
So what I normally do is I'll put things on the whiteboard, or then I'll write them on the paper. Then I would put that information into my computer. So it's a relay. So if I do something here, I'll transfer it to there if it means anything, or I'll write it here, then move it to there to try it out. And then I'll go to the computer, and if I have results written down, then I'll transfer them over there. And then it goes back and forth. Unless it's something like bugs, like Mega Man Eternal, where I'll have a big list, and once I've done the list, I chuck it.
Yes.
But
That's good.
But yeah, it just acts kind of like as an agent until I write things up.
That's good, but all that paper, dude.
Yeah,
and
you can see why I miss having a big whiteboard like that, because I don't go through paper, because I have such much more space.
And your whiteboard you have now, it's kind of small in comparison.
Yeah, it's actually quite small compared to what I'm used to. Like it's
Oh
still,
man, you need a
it's a normal sized whiteboard. Like it's not that, it's not like big or
well
small or anything.
that's
It's
like
like average
synergy.
size. Whoopsie daisy.
That's like synergy at work. That's like that's like a business meeting whiteboard. You need a classroom size whiteboard.
Oh yeah. That's what I really need is one of those suckers. That's kind of what my
Something
old
big
one
enough
was like. The only
something big enough to
disadvantage.
have an overhead projector to it too, and do your
Oh,
thing.
I suck with overhead projectors, except for unless you're talking about digital projectors.
Yes,
Uh,
not the old
those
school,
I'm okay with. But
not the old
overhead
school business.
projectors, like the old-fashioned ones where you have like where like project, then you use the marker on the thing and you roll the plastic, or
Yes.
those I'm terrible with because I'm left-handed, and the problem is when you're writing with your left hand, you're covering up it, and you don't want to do that. So
And sometimes you
it
smear.
gets in the way. I've done the overhead projector, like when it comes to like a strict lecture. Sorry about that. Let's get my microphone together. There we go.
It's okay.
My first time I did a presentation about like something I was working on. I did it on an overhead projector. I only had 20 minutes to do it, and it was like the most advanced one out of this class. Like I was an undergraduate at the time, and it was in the theory of error correcting codes. And I was doing this one on a theorem called it applies off of something called Cauchy's theorem, but it involves finite fields. But yeah, I was presenting a more complex idea than any other student was. I think there was only one other that kind of did something kind of like it, but nothing like it at all. And I presented this thing. Only had 20 minutes to do it. It was absolutely insane, and I was just like, I'm trying, because the thing is, you only can do so much when you're left-handed on an overhead projector like that without slowing down. And obviously I'm a little nervous because I even have PhD students in that class with the master's students as well, and none of them are doing anything like this, and I'm like, yeah. So I could really tell when I was talking, like, some of them were like, I have no idea what he's saying. And even then I was explaining it, and like, that's the one thing I'm not a big fan of when it comes to my field, because my field is so varied when it comes down to what some people classify themselves as computer scientists. Like, I'm a scientist that does computation. Some people call themselves computer scientists because they program and do things scientific with it, which I don't classify as a computer scientist.
Yeah, me and you, we're different ends of the spectrum. Yes, me and you are different ends of the spectrum on the computer science.
Yeah, so like I would call them a computer programmer, but the problem is there's so many of computer programmers that think they're doing computer science, and it makes it where the theory guys in it look like a mass minority because tons upon tons of university students go into computer science wanting to make games and do software. Although, you get what I'm saying. Like, people go in for the financial outcome out of it.
Yeah, the money. Not the thrill. Not to
learn
basically. Actually learning to do science. Actually benefit by gaining knowledge in your field. By you be the guy. You have to know how hexadecimal encryptions work, how octal encryptions, and you have to speak it. You have to know what 110011101 is. You have to know it.
What it could possibly mean in some systems. Somebody like that, like something like that, I would just need to understand how they're coding it, how they decode it, and at the same time, how they would do that and prove how well it works. Because most of the things like hexadecimal, octal, are all just number theoretic systems over certain bases.
Right, but they're all switches. But they're numbers, but they're all actual functions and switches, which proves to either be on or off.
Yeah.
If the light's on, 1. If the light's off, 0.
Yeah,
That's
because
it.
somebody like me, all they are is just polynomials with coefficients, and the coefficients are the toggles,
Oh
which
yeah, polynomials. Yeah, you guys.
because there'd be polynomials over a finite field.
And that's when you
See,
do.
you can see the difference here. Like, if you talk to, that's why oftentimes when I see a computer science, somebody complain, like, says that they're a computer scientist, I'm often the one to ask them, like, okay, what do you do? Because I can tell right away if I'm talking to somebody that just calls themselves a computer scientist because they have a computer science degree,
Mhm.
or they actually do computer science. Like, because
Yeah.
there is a
Like
big
if you
difference
learn.
between the two things.
Yeah, like either you learned it from a book or you actually did it with your hands.
Like I just mean like you can learn tons with books, but my problem is that some people associate, like they say programming is computer science when that's actually not true. Computer
No, it's
science is not actually programming. They're actually two disjoint activities. But programming happens to fall into computer science because it's an applied activity of computer science.
that's
So
just
you'd
like
be able to
saying
consider it
business
an
computer
applied computer
applications.
science.
That's
Yeah,
like
it's an
saying business
applied
computer
computer science.
applications.
Yeah, it's an application. So it's an application of programming language theory
Right.
and computer architecture, of course. But you
In
get what
order
I'm
to
saying. Like,
interpret.
there's a distinction
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
And like we're
Sometimes I'm also lost for words on some some factors of not business computer computer science. Sometimes
yeah,
I get lost on that. They get lost in translation with me because I I could say I'm a computer hardware scientist
yeah,
or engineer in engineering because
yeah,
I can piece together and I can
yeah,
basically deconstruct and then reconstruct it again. I can
yeah.
you know and if I had enough money to buy a 3D printer, I'll be a mad scientist in here. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. But yeah,
So
no, I think the problem with most of it, like the whole problem I experience often is just because of the name of the field. Like, because some people don't call it computer science, they call it computational science, which makes much more sense because it's not about necessarily computers, it's about computation,
it's your
which
input and you
computation can
getting
be completely different.
yeah, you're putting in input and you're getting a certain output, but it's
Yeah,
not certain it's the output that you want. It's basic theories. It's theories. You're
yeah.
theorizing. You're putting theories in, and if the theories are true, then the theories become documented and you can be shared. If it's untrue, it can also be documented, but you know that it's not true.
Yeah, the big problem is just like because computation itself isn't actually a physical thing; it's a mathematical thing. So it's actually
And
about problems and algorithms, and it's not necessarily about computers. But computers
mm,
happen to be the strongest application because they do operate on implementations of algorithms, and they're
true,
more.
true,
But then
true,
at the same
but
time, but yeah.
go for it. Yeah, go, go,
But
go, go.
no, it's because the primary reason why there's such a strong spawn between computers and computation is because of some of the most fundamental empirical results in computation. For example, the Church-Turing thesis basically says that anything that you could possibly compute, if it can't be computed by a Turing machine, it's impossible to do. And
Hmm.
what people like me work with are models that work off Turing machines. So what we could do is we could basically say like, okay, if an algorithm can't exist for this, if we can actually prove that, then it's very unlikely that you'll actually develop a program over here that will solve that. Or because often a
Bas-
lot of the because most of the foundations of the field are all about negative results, things that are impossible to do, which is what's actually kind of interesting about it. And they can say
and
things
that's
about
where the
how to prove
science come in.
theorems.
And that's where the science come in.
Yeah, exactly. It's all mathematics in the end. Like that's really it.
Hmm.
And it will depends on where you go in it. Like if you work on computer architecture, you're practically doing engineering and mathematics.
Yes.
and that's really it. Like when you go and say, okay, now I don't care about the architecture, I don't care about algorithms, I don't care about the mathematics. You aren't doing
What?
computer science in any way, shape, or form. Instead, you're doing just
Sure.
like doing something else.
Yeah, you're playing a game.
Yeah, or be
You're playing a
programming,
game.
but at the same time, good programmers understand computer architecture or hardware,
Right.
and that's
And
why.
honestly, I believe you're giving too much credit to the computer because coming
Yeah.
from a programmer, computers are stupid. Computers are dumb.
Woo!
They are stupid little babies. You put too much reliability in the programming. You're supposed to put it in before it can actually do. That's where people get it. People get it wrong. It's application. You have to apply to it. You have to put it in so it can give you the desired result.
Yeah, exactly.
Computers are dumb.
Because some people, that's one thing that a lot of people forget is that a computer takes in the instructions of the assumptions that the programmer puts into the machine. It's not the other way around.
Hallelujah.
It's one of the most important philosophical things about computers is that computers don't necessarily prove theorems. People do.
Hallelujah.
Now, not to be confused with that, there exist programs that can prove theorems, but they can't tell us things that we don't already know. At least from what we know so
Testify.
far. But yeah.
That's right.
That's
Yeah, and for those conspiracy theorists saying that the uprising of the machines, no, not going to happen. No,
yeah.
computers are too stupid. In order for the machine to uprise against human, it has to be functioned and programmed by human who don't like humanity. It's got to be, and it has a limit. It has a limit, an end result where it actually done. Okay, function A, stick human. Function B, kill human. Function C, offline.
Yeah, because the big thing with machine intelligence, now, like, not to say, like, you're wrong or anything. I don't think you're wrong. I agree with you. Like, I just think there's another
Yes.
avenue where it can be taken is the aspects of machine learning. Like, that's where, like, most of what we can call smarter computation comes from in artificial
Okay.
intelligence is machine learning. Or what you do is you can think of it kind of like teaching a small child. What you do is you show them tons upon tons upon tons of examples of how to do things. For example, this
Mhm.
can be used for like things like calculating and showing. Like for instance, if you want the computer to guess what letter you're writing down on a piece of paper, what you can do is you can give it like hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of samples of somebody writing that letter, and then it can perform statistical analysis on the letter once it segments each part of that drawing. And then what it does is it just checks its samples against it and performs statistical calculations to guess if that is in fact the letter. And it works pretty well, but I think that it's possible that, like, I could imagine an uprising, but I don't think it would be quite what we would think it would be in terms of, like, sentience. Like, 'cause I don't really I don't believe in purely sentient robots. That's not where I think things are. So for
Of
instance, somebody
course.
was able to program a computer that simulates a brain, like a brain, this brain would not be the same as our brains because it's a logical construct as opposed to a natural construct.
With the microprocessors that we have now, and you made the microprocessors as basically each microprocessor would represent a neuron in the brain.
Yeah.
Then the computer itself will be bigger than the building
Yeah.
in order to have sentient, and each microprocessor must calculate random activity thought processes. And the bad thing about a computer, and the bad thing and the good thing about a computer is anything that's redundant, anything it will spam itself. It will spam itself and it will crash because the computer cannot. It's like dividing zero. Is not going to happen.
Yeah, the big thing
because it's going to have a logical errors is going to happen.
Yeah, because the big thing is that there's two major problems with the fact, like the idea of perfect sentience among computers. The first one is that in order to create a brain, on a computer, you have to understand what a brain even is. You basically need a solid theory that explains everything about a brain before you can program it. Because how can you, for example, if I want to put birds in a game, I have to study the flight patterns of a bird and understand how a bird flaps its wings, for instance. Now, a brain is a far more complex organ, so you have to understand what it does, like exactly what it does, before you can model it. And the problem I have with a lot of the researchers that propose that they can do this is that they don't have the theory yet that goes and says, hey, look, they can actually do this now because we have a perfect understanding of what brains do. And the second problem is the logical underpinnings of computation. The big thing is where if we consider, like, say, a machine, like any kind of computational machine, what we would call a model of computation. So remember that thing I was telling you about? There's this thing called the Turing thesis and talks about Turing machines and that?
Yes. Yes.
Well, there's some things that those machines aren't capable of even doing. There's an infinite set of those problems that can never be solved by a computer, if that thesis is in fact true. So many of these problems are things that humans do on a near daily basis.
Yeah, because we have a thing called an animal instinct. We have natural animalistic instinct.
Yeah. Like, we are biological machines, but it's more of a metaphor than what we're talking about a computational device. Because computational devices work on logic. Like, whether it be randomized, whatever, it is a form of logic. And the problem is that there exist these problems we know, even with an infinite amount of time, you can't solve them on a computer. But yet are things that people think about all the time. But then at the same time, one could say, oh, well, brains are finite things. Well, then how are they able to fathom infinite things? That's sort of the problem here, is that humans have been able to prove things about the infinite in many ways, but computers can't do this, so there's got to be something going on here. And actually, a lot of mathematicians have thought about this, like back in the mid-1900s, and they still stand pretty well. But yeah, I'm on the camp that thinks that sentience isn't really what people think it would be. Like, I would think if somebody was able to get something to simulate like a brain, that it will be a logical brain. Not a brain that would be something purely biological, unless they were able to do biological computers with respect to them, like building them by scratch. But then that's not necessarily what I would call a computational device. A computational device to me is something I can model mathematically.
Right. Something you could put on a solid slate of. Like
I can put it on my board and I can understand it.
Yeah, you put it on your whiteboard. Yeah, you can read it back. You can tell somebody about it. I can give it to you on a disc. Something like that. I understand.
Exactly.
But there's another thing. If they're going to model a brain, if they're going to make a sentient brain, whose brain? Because you need an example, a model.
Yeah.
You need a staple, something to go off of. Whose brain would they model it after? A child's brain? You did good. You mentioned it with the bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
They make robotic birds. They make.
They are
but
robotic
if they make. Right. exactly, with the functionality as well as the behaviors, as if it were an arthropod or a real freaking bug, and
Yeah.
they're very sophisticated. But you got the human, the most the biologically superior being on this earth, who made
Really
civilizations.
It has good thinking capabilities, and what I think that is sort of the problem here is kind of the paradoxical nature of how we conceive knowledge and how we would model that, because brains are capable of storing it, so the better understanding is how that's stored, because clearly it doesn't work logically. Because once you got paradoxes, you can't model stuff in the right way. You can't incomplete.
Nope. They'll have
the problem I have is that until they I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it's very unlikely based on the modern theories of computation. But there are camps of people that will tell you that they can do it, but they've never presented an algorithm that does it.
And on top of that, when you put stuff in storage, it tends to overflow, and you end up losing data. Because
all
how
programming would that be lost? Because that's another venture that needs to be looked at. Like, how does memory exactly work? And there's still a lot of way to go, but there's still stuff being done, but it's not what I would call precise.
Mess around. You teach it how to walk and talk, and then you teach it to dance, and it loses the ability to walk and talk because it's over the capacity.
Yeah,
it's like stack. It's like stack programming. You got to dig through all that. You got to dig through all that other functionalities and its logical thinking to get to that one function that's desired by the user or the creator, and that's hard unless you do push pop, and that's when you lose memory. And that's when you lose memory, something bad, something fierce. So
pretty much my thought on the whole thing is just that until they have a solid theory about the brain and how its cognition works, I basically can't say anything, because the current theory of computation violates a lot of these fundamental principles. Let me give you a basic example. And this is probably one that it's easy to understand, because this is something that any programmer would want, or anybody who works with a computer, period, would want. The perfect compiler, for example. Like, say, if you wanted something that could catch every single error, including runtime errors. Like, every single error.
Amen to that.
Now, that would be lovely to have. But in any programming language that is equivalent to something that you can code on a Turing machine, that is actually impossible to do.
Especially its adaptability to any programming language.
The problem here is that this relates to a problem called the halting problem. So what happens is that you can create procedures. So, for example, a while loop, very infamous for infinite loops. Say you can put a condition in there, and you can never sometimes even know if that loop's ever going to stop being checked.
Oh. Unless the user wants it to stop.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how a compiler would do it these days. They would go after maybe like 20,000 loops and say, okay, I just give up. This can't work.
Yeah. 20,000 loops.
It would be more like several billion. Be more precise.
Several billion.
20,000 isn't much.
20,000 is actually a humanistic number, because we bore easily.
So computers, like millions, is a more consistent number. Like, I've done experiments with, like, I don't know, the biggest experiment I've done is one with 98 million sequences of stuff. Yeah. Wow. And that was on a parallel machine, so it's
Holy crap! That's in real time.
Yeah.
In real time, really?
Like, you give it the test, and what my thing would do is it generates a. So it was an implementation of my parallel algorithm, and what it would do is its job. Okay. I'll give you it's a very basic problem, but it's a very hard one to
It's
solve on a
basic, dude.
computer.
It calls for
Okay.
all that.
Okay, but it
Really?
has important like cryptography in that. In particular, if
Okay.
you want to do key generation, like say if you want to make a key generator, that generates all the keys.
Yeah, those are
Say if
awesome.
you want, yeah. So here's a very basic problem. I'll give you the most basic version of it. Like if you give me a whole bunch of positive numbers, say like ones, twos, and threes, like a 5, and
Hmm.
it adds to a certain number. Say, let's call that S. What the
Okay.
problem is you need to exhaust all the listings of all the positive integers of a certain length, say like n, and
Hmm.
integers that add to S. So, for example, if
Okay.
S was 3 and n was 2, the possible ones would be 1 and 2, because 1 plus 2 is 3,
Right.
and then you can flip it the other way. Then you can increment it or decrement it. But
Okay.
so that it's basically you're trying to find out all the possible ways of adding to a certain number, and that's
Oh
something
wow.
called an integer composition. So what I
And
looked at was a flavor of that where you allow 0, not just positive integers. So you
wait,
have the
whoa,
choice
whoa,
of
whoa.
0.
You add 0. You can't do that, especially in the number line, because 0 can go either way. 0
Well,
is the
it acts as
medium.
an empty placeholder. So for example, if you have 3 and there's 2 positions, you can have 0 plus 3 equals 3.
Okay. Ooh, you got me
Yeah,
scared. I'm
yeah,
like,
it's
what
a
are you doing?
placeholder, so it's like empty.
Huh?
It's kind of like having
That thing.
baskets and you just put nothing in the basket.
I'm about to
So,
say, because you're gonna blow it up using 0, using Boolean like that. You can't throw
so,
Boolean around like that. You just throw it.
so what I would do is I produced a new problem that's an even more general one. So where instead you consider each position in your sequence, where the first one you
Okay.
can allow to have certain numbers, the second one you're allowed to use certain numbers, the third one you're allowed to use certain numbers, and have
Okay.
that target sum. So you have restrictions
And that's
on the positions in the sum, and your job is to exhaust all the possible ways of generating all those sequences.
oh wow. That's kind of reminiscent of a logic game I used to play called the Code Master.
Oh yeah, yes, I got it. Yeah, I had that game. Yeah, it's like that.
Where you gotta decipher which color marbles you had, and
Yeah,
the person playing against you had to figure it out.
yeah, because if you
Yeah,
were
that is
for
cool for a key generator. Oh
yeah,
wow, for a key generator. And
so what
how
you
many?
do
Wait.
in
How
yeah.
many thousands of possibilities is the key
Okay,
generator until it exhausts?
okay. Well, I can tell you at most how many there are. Let me see.
Okay.
Find some paper here. The exact number of now I don't know of a formula for the position restriction the one I was working on. I don't know
Okay.
a tight bound on it, but I can tell you an upper bound on it. Let's see.
Okay.
Okay. So, are you familiar with what a choose function is?
Vaguely, but maybe if you
Okay.
refresh.
Okay. Okay. So let me just pull it up there. So it's n
Cool.
plus s minus 1
And
choose n minus 1. So that is n plus s minus 1 factorial divided by n minus 1
yep.
factorial times s factorial on the bottom. This is an exponential growth.
Oh, cool.
So it's a very
So
fast
basic.
growing function. So if
So
you
you
were to brute
basically
force this
worked on the
sucker,
exponent. You work off the exponent of the n. You work off n, and then you put a exponent on it, and it
well,
grows.
what this means basically, in the most basic words, this basically means that you need that much storage just to store the sequences in the worst case. So imagine
Well,
how
what is
many
your
bits.
capacity?
Okay, so that would be something you would have to consider. So if it's n plus s minus
Oh,
1, choose n minus 1. That's how many sequences they could possibly be.
Holy crap!
So that
That's a
is like
lot,
a
dude.
wickedly large exponential number.
Yeah, that's an understatement. You're gonna put an error on my regular calculator, but I had to get a graphic calculator for that big
So
number.
to put it
And
in
it's
perspective,
over and
yeah.
over and growing and growing and growing, and then you have to get each sequence in order for it to be complete. You have to,
Now imagine
like you said, you
encoding
have to
that.
exhaust every factors.
Yeah, because imagine if you
Excuse
have
my
to
language.
Oh, that's okay. Like
Excuse
imagine
my
if you
language. Fuck that.
So imagine if you had to
Fuck that.
decompose
No
that
way,
and
dude.
store that on a computer. So imagine if, like, for example, if you had like 97 million sequences, and each one is of length 7. So each sequence would be 7 positive integers or unsigned integers when you encode them. So
Holy
you would
crap.
have a whole bunch of unsigned integers, but you would have 97 million of these stored in a single file when you're done their program. You'd have to split them into multiple files unless you
Damn.
want to make it even bigger. But the problem is, well, I didn't really encounter it in my own test, but I would imagine it would have if I went any further, because the program would actually not permit me to do any more because it would take you up to over 4.7 gigabytes of processing on all the cores.
You had a program to assist you, so if you made any errors, it's not going to permit you to do error. There is no room for errors.
It's the machine. The machine had a restriction on how much of the heap it would give you.
Really? Is it flexible?
Yeah, 4.7 gigabytes is pretty standard.
Okay,
But this is
so
on
bad
each
now.
core. On each core, 4.7.
How many cores?
Okay, so I was using, in this test, the largest test I did was with 16 cores. But I could have kept going, but...
yeah, you could. You got plenty of room to play around. You
well,
were scaring me at
has
first.
32 cores.
Oh, hell, you should have optimized, man.
But the
should have went all the way, guy.
But parallel computing acts weird because the thing is, there's this thing called Amdahl's law. Have you ever heard of that?
Asimov's law?
Amdahl's law.
Oh, okay. Ain't that the theory of robotics?
No. No, Amdahl's law relates to parallel computation. It relates to another law called Gustafson's. I always forget how to pronounce it. If you were to Google Amdahl's law, you'll get it. It basically says that with a sufficiently amount course, like how much you spread out the work, you only will be able to exploit the course to a certain degree until you reach pure saturation. Which means that if you don't give it enough stuff to split up, you won't get the performance upgrade out of parallel computing. That's why you often find that general purpose computing doesn't actually use all the cores it has on its computer.
Kind of like
RAM.
RAM.
You may have a quad core, but most of your programs don't use the quad cores.
Right.
You may only use one of them.
If not 1.5.
Yeah,
you need some room.
You might do hyper-threading to fake it.
Yes, you need some room in order, because it will expand and then it finally will compress again when you get your desired result or undesired result, whatever the case may be. But you could have, you had 16, but you were running on 32, which is twice. I mean, it's double that.
Yeah, I think there was just because there was a restriction on what I could use on that machine. It's a little bit of an older parallel computing machine. It's a shared memory machine. So it has a global memory. So it has one global memory, and then it has all the processors that have all their own little local memories attached to them. So
like the network.
Yeah, it's kind of like doing with the network. It's very similar. So it's kind of like doing distributed computing, except you have it all together on one machine.
All
so
running in real
global
time.
memory, and then you have all your smaller ones, your specialized ones. So what you do is you do all your global stuff. So you store all the sequences on on as many of these spread out ones as much as you can to perform load balancing so you don't overpower the heat. But yeah, what were we talking about again? I totally forget.
You was talking about your your project that was taking up all this memory, and you had to do all these computations. You basically had to do all these computations, and
Yeah.
it ran it like billions and billions in order to be exhausted. It was a project you was doing,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I got intimidated, and I was trying to figure out how are you able to do this project without exhausting your own mind with the project,
Yeah.
especially for you to get all the possible in the number all the possible in the number factoids in your numerals, whatever, key generation. You're basically doing a key gen,
Yeah,
and sounds pretty badass too. That's a lot of numbers, man.
Yeah, because the beauty of the whole thing is just all about mathematical intuition and proving stuff. That's what the key thing that makes the distinction from somebody that just makes any arbitrary software and somebody that designs algorithms is that I don't even touch a computer until I experiment with stuff. Like most of what I do, like for example over here, I don't even do anything with the computer. Like none of the results I've been working on in the past month have anything to do with the computer. So that's how
old school,
theoretician does things. They don't need to use a computer to develop new computational things. They can.
You kick it old school, man. You're scribbling on the walls, man. You're straight.
The way I put it is that like a lot of computer science people would call me a mathematician, and then the mathematicians would call me a computer scientist.
No, you're a mathematician.
I'm in the middle there.
I don't know, man. You're very much a mathematician. I'm not a computer science. I'm more of an engineer.
Yeah.
But
no, that would make sense. It's not a bad thing at all. Engineers rock.
Yeah, so I could totally get the gist of what you're talking about. And if you talk to a younger version of me, like if you talk to 16, 17-year-old me, I would have blown you off like, you crazy, man. I hate math. I didn't start liking math. I didn't start liking math or starting to comprehend some of the basically the sum of it all until I was in the Navy or my first year of college, and especially in the computer college, especially working at the Coleman University or Colorado Tech. As I learned to embrace the interest in math, because it kind of delved in, because I love logic. I love logic puzzles. I love logic. Everything. I like to know that a round peg will fit in a round hole. It will not go into a square hole. If it does, it will break. Basically, I like things
what
like
dimension are you talking about? Is this 3 dimensions? Is it n dimensions or what?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
what if there's a way I can take it and rip it inside out and break it into chunks that fit in the hole?
And how many squares would fit in this peg, and how much pixels would it? How many dimensions it is width times length times height times base and the area. And I love
one thing I've had to get used to in the past while is dealing not with 3 dimensions or 4 dimensions. I typically think about the nth dimension. So I don't know what that even looks like, but I have to prove things involving it. Like n-dimensional
Nobody
space.
mentioned the nth dimension.
N-dimensional space. How does that even look? Like 4 dimensions is enough. Like imagine imagine if you have 32 dimensions, because a matrix is effectively a representation of a dimension. Like every time you increase a
Right.
row or column, you're increasing the dimension of the matrix.
Yes,
So I'm
yes.
typically used to dealing with
But
like
that's on the second. But that's on the second dimension. That's 2 dimensions. That's 2-dimensional items.
yeah, you need a
when
2
it's
by
when
2
you're going
matrix.
to, exactly.
Unless you
But
take it
we're
to 3
going.
dimensions and use something like homogeneous coordinates.
Oh no, you talking mad crazy tough. You're talking mad crazy stuff there, man. Nobody talks about 3 dimensions without going cross-eyed. Jeez. That means you have 2 dimensions parallel to each other in order to get the grid. You have to make sure they add up in order to work in synchronous, in order for them to be a 3rd dimension. And then you got the 4th dimension, which if you can get the 3rd dimension, the 4th dimension is easy. It comes together like putting jelly on a piece of toast.
Yeah.
Because you're adding an element. You're adding another element to, instead of sight and smell, feel and touch, you actually add and taste. I'm trying to say it as simplistic as I can without getting myself lost in translation in my own technobabble.
Because typically what I look at when I think about dimensions, like if I have like 2 dimensions, 3 dimensions is just simply where you fix the 3rd dimension's like Z coordinate as a certain spot, and then you can change whatever the 2-dimensional space is. And then you can do the same in 4. That's what the idea of homogeneous coordinates is that you can multiply matrices without needing to do much work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, homogeneous coordinates work really well if you wanna, like, if you just Google that, you'll probably find a way that you can multiply. Like, say if you wanna like do things with drawing lines and drawing things in 2 dimensions, you can make it in 3 dimensions or extend that to any number of dimensions without any issues with matrix multiplication. Because if you can get into matrix multiplications, you don't have to do much work, because all you do is just multiply them and then you're done. You don't have to do like, okay, I draw this, I draw that. You just multiply it.
No, multiply it, and then add it into it. Give me the Z. Give me your Z number. Homogeneous. I barely even kissed a girl. Anyways. Oh man, that was fun. I think we lost half the viewers. Like, oh my God, you're talking about math. It's like, any more questions that pop up on your list?
No new questions.
They just like our talking heads, man.
It's all about the hats. That's what makes this work. It's the hats.
Oh yeah, it's gotta work with it. I wish I could make it tiny. I like tiny hats. Put a tiny hat right here. I can't shrink it. It's Google doing,
But yeah, one thing I would recommend just on that, just if you go to Wikipedia, I know Wikipedia, I don't get bad rap. Sometimes it does a good job of explaining things.
Wikipedia get a bad rap because it used to be editable on the fly, like live. Anybody can edit Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Like the
let's just say the people that monitor the good articles that know what they're talking about, those are okay. But if you check out this link sometime, like not now, but like sometime, check it out. It's the context of homogeneous coordinates with respect to computer graphics. And you can see why it's actually really handy, because you can form different matrices that do operations, like say like translating a line or a point or scaling them or anything. You can turn them all into matrices, and using this system, you can do that, and all you require is a matrix multiplication. So rotation,
I see
directly.
Okay, if instead of just working with just X and Y, you have a Z
Yeah.
axis.
Yeah.
That makes it trilinear. And
So,
there it is, trilinear. There it is.
Yeah, so when you do this, you can note that it also works. So you can do in 2 dimensions, well, 3. You can do this with 4. But yeah, you can find some crafty ways of cutting down cost on computation by using matrix multiplications. But it depends on you using a good matrix multiplication operation, like a good algorithm.
This is
But
this
anyway,
is your cup of tea right here. This is your cup of tea. I promise I've seen you scribble this on the wall many a time, and then you go on your your tangent. Oh my God! Random A and Z and X and Y and you do a algorithm. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom in parentheses and then equal to A. Look, it's all A. This is it. Right. And you gush over this. Dude, I swear you like homogeneous coordinates more than most normal guys.
Well, I did specialize in computer graphics for part of my undergraduate degree, so
Oh my goodness.
I look for clever graphics approaches to things, like looking for. Probably one of my favorite things is interpolation and like things like B-splines.
Really?
It's been a while since I've coded any of those, but
I could have used you in one of my classes, man. I could have used you as a tutor in one of my classes.
but
Because
yeah,
I was having a bad time.
I used to tutor. I did for like 6 years, but then yeah, I've been doing that kind of stuff for a long time.
I had an old teacher. He wasn't old. He was a senior, but he was like a cool senior. He was like an old man with the earring, and he rides a Harley, comes to school, but he's an old man. He's well in his 70s, but he's cool. He's a cool guy, and he was a programming teacher. My programming teacher had a special way of calling me stupid. Like, if you didn't understand the vernacular he was using, if you didn't understand technical terms in the words he was saying, you'll be the one like, huh? Just, huh? He said it very facetiously, and he's very good with his wording. But in a nutshell, he was saying, you're a dumbass. This is what you did wrong. I was like, look at your notes. I'm going to write big red circles on all of your problems, okay? And sometimes he will write a big red circle circling the entire code. You should comment this out. I'm like, what? It's my entire code. Yes, it's wrong. Go back into it.
Oh my!
I was like, oh man. And I was asking my favorite fellow, my buddy in class. I was like, can he do that? He's like, do what? Can he call you a dumbass in class? Can he do that? I don't know. He just did. Maybe he can.
Apparently, there are actually, like, a lot of places, professors and instructors actually have a lot of leniency for what they can do, but they've been losing that control of their classroom more and more as political correctness has kind of infected everything.
Oh my God!
For example,
Don't get me started on PC.
Oh my! You don't want me to get started on that. I could go on like all night about that. But
yeah, like look. Disclaimer: I'm black. I don't care about PC. Sure, I get called the N-bomb. Sure, I got fellow friends who are non-black will call me the N-word because I am their friend in the struggle. But I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't give a damn. Don't care. Sure. Fag. Okay. Black nigger. Okay. Whatever. Oh, whatever. Over my head, like water off a duck's back. I don't care. Grow a freaking spine.
Yeah.
Carry on. Okay.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah, grow a dadgum spine. Jeez.
Yeah, that's the problem I've been running into so much. And it doesn't help that a lot of places encourage that that they will cherish feelings over people having the benefit of learning and improving on what they do. And there's just this, I don't know if you saw my status on Facebook where I wrote out this thing explaining like just kind of like my New Year's status.
No, I haven't seen that yet, but I'll look you up.
Take a look at it. I put some thought into it, and I just want to kind of get some of my feelings off my chest of what people should do in the next generation.
Oh man, I have a bevy of friends with different political views, but most of those political views are my color orientated. Like,
yeah.
And I'm like, get over yourself. Really, get over yourself. It's 2015 about to be. Get over yourself.
I understand. Like that's the thing that bugs me is that a lot of people live in the past and want to use the past to either prop themselves up, to feel special, or to get benefits which they never actually had or earned. Like,
yes.
Cause they had nothing to do with that.
Dude, like really, like I'll be like, okay, you got injustice, okay, was you breaking the law? That's your problem. You broke the dadgum law. Yeah. There's your problem. Or you got injustice, okay. Was you a slave formerly? No. Then what the hell?
Great grandfather was though. So I deserve money because I knew my great grandfather.
Wow. Your very, very, very old man stayed alive for you to know him like that?
But yeah, in our country, it's sort of like in Canada, it's a little like it's more like the equivalent of what you have down in the States is the Aboriginals up here in Canada. Because they've had a lot of injustices happen to them, but a lot of them get handouts from the government for many different things that they never actually had anything done for them. So they just been kind of they throw money at them a lot, but then it gets sort of mismanaged.
Many indigenous people have that. Uh-oh. Call from the missus. Hold on, sir.
Go for it.
Bonjour, mon cher. I'm watching them, and Ariana is out with the stinking broom, and very much, they're just running in the hallway.
I'm a witch, and he's trying to defeat me.
I'm not.
I'm in the
Yeah. I'm looking dead at him.
There's a bug in here. There's a bug in that bowl.
Okay.
There's a bug in that bowl.
A bug in the bowl? Put it in the trash. It's probably a dead bug.
Nope. Can you do it?
No. Leave the bug in there.
I was trying to use it for the game that we were playing.
No, you're not.
I was using it as my stew bowl.
No, you're not. Nope.
Why?
Because it's a bowl, not a toy.
I know. You can use the bowls for toys.
Why don't you use one of your other bowls? Why don't you use your containers that you have in your room?
I don't really.
Or how about go to your room and watch your cartoons like you was doing? Okay. Okay, now bye-bye then.
I don't know.
Hold on a sec. I'll be right back. So
Go for it. Go for it. So, well, Omega_D is gone. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them into the question box. Probably will be going on for just a little longer. Getting a little, I guess, want to go cuddle with the mistress. But yeah. Oh. But I hope everybody's having happy holidays. Got my lovely hat. Lovely hat. What we'll do is we'll call this the last round of questions. Then we'll probably wrap it up when Marcus comes back. Let's see if I can sneak in another fun shot. Woo. Yeah.
Use the horse as your horse. Let's fight the evil dragon!
Oh, boy.
Stephanie Cougar and Poverty Bear. Uh-oh, the witch!
Okay.
Now we fight the witch!
Kids, you have to understand. I'm online. Recorded.
Everyone's here? Everyone's watching.
People watch it and people can go back to watch it and they'll kill you for your answers. Okay, like,
And maybe can hear us play this.
yes, and it's not desired.
Can we do that next time for me and Dave to be?
I'll show you what you did and you'll be in trouble if you do anything bad. Okay? So, be good kids. Be good kids. Okay. I guess she was getting a chuckle out of my disclaimer with my children.
It was a good time.
It was a good time.
Oh. So I was thinking that maybe we should wrap it up because it's getting kind of late here.
Okay, and it's about to be New Year's. Happy New Year's for me. So, in 30 minutes, it'll be 2015. So, Any final comments? Any final thoughts? Concerns?
Let me think. Insight of the day. Let me think. My insight of the day is I don't know.
Oh, don't that beat
What's
on?
your insight of the day?
My insight of the day is my family life just too busy, especially for trying to have a somewhat business casual like conversation online. I don't know. I could say, as far as anything, we have plenty of room for improvement, and whatever we got going on that's awesome, we can try to make it, as you will put it, epic.
Yeah.
You know, we'll make it as epic as possible. So that being said, let's make 2015 epic. You know, this is a, you know, we got new allies, new party members. You know, we got a great premise, great, and we all have a likeness, basically a shared interest that we can all enjoy and share with the rest of the world. And make sure that we'll be cool with homogeneous parameters around you, because you're like the Count in Sesame Street with that. You'd be like 1, 2, N, X, Y, Z.
Screw counting to 10, I go to N.
Yeah,
Counting can be very hard.
You gotta be careful around you with that. So, and overall, we just gotta keep in touch. We can keep bouncing ideas off each other. I know I have I have some ideas, and I know you have some ideas. We all have our own whiteboards to write it down, and then we can just bounce them off each other in the next hour one. You know, we can get Tor in here and Tor share.
All three of us, that would be fun.
And have Tor share his sick and twisted Norwegian magic with us. Oh man, Tor! If we have an hour one with Tor, this would be me the whole session. Oh Tor, oh Tor, yeah, my brother, yeah. Oh Tor, Tor, and you're gonna be like.
Read the lines.
You know, I already got my Dan. I already did that with you.
I'm thirsty.
You're thirsty. Well, that won't that be all? Everybody's thirsty, so I'll be seeing y'all on the flip side or the next video.
That sounds good to me, and you have a happy new year, okay?
You too, sir. You're already living the dream. You're already doing it right now.
Yeah.
Same thing you did last year, Pinky. Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody, and thank you for watching.